everyone. Hello, fellow geeks. Good evening. We are here for another episode of TTRPGeeks, which is the hardest show title for me to say. I always want to make that G a different sound. We are playing tonight a game called Runequest, which is actually quite an old game. We are playing the newest edition. I believe this is the 7th edition. Is that right?
I think it depends on what you count as an edition.
Well, it's getting up there. It's been around for a while.
It may be the 3rd role-playing game.
There you go. So there's some history for you. And as you guys might have noticed, we have a new face with us this evening. John Wick was kind enough to join us. Would you like to introduce yourself to everyone real quick?
Hi, I'm John Wick. I'm the real John Wick. The first movie is a biography and the other 2 are fan fiction. But I'm the line editor for and creator of 7th Sea and other games such as Legend of the Five Rings and Houses of the Blooded and Cat, which is a role-playing game about playing house cats who protect their owners from monsters that they can't see and things like that.
Well, there's another one for our list, I think, that just got added. Yes, and you are part of the Chaosium team, which, of course, Chaosium is the current publisher of Runequest. So thank you so much for joining us and for helping us pick up this game as we stumble our way through, as we always do with brand new systems. But tonight should be really fun. Also, if you guys have seen another Level 1 Geek stream, you will recognize Emily and Chase and Wade, who are some of our regular, wonderful players and GMs that feature on this channel. Really quick, just a couple of notes for you guys. If you watch the stream and you're like, wow, Runequest is the coolest game ever, and I have to play it right now, which is a very reasonable reaction, you can go get it right now from chaosium.com. You'll see that link pop up in chat a few times throughout the night. It ships worldwide, so you can get yourself a copy. You can also try to win one of 2 copies, 2 PDF copies that we are giving away tonight, courtesy of Chaosium. So thank you very much to them. You can enter that by typing in the chat, and there will be directions popping up every so often. So look for how to do that in the chat. Anything else I'm missing, guys?
I don't think so.
Okay, then we can dive right in. So you guys have been out on the road for a couple of days now. Your clan has asked you to follow up on a wrong that they have recently suffered at the hands of some cattle thieves. So you guys have ridden out as a group. These cattle thieves slew the herders that were watching over the cattle, and all but one was found dead. And in fact, that one was near death, but she managed to escape and come back, and she is the one who reported what happened. And she explained that she recognized among the raiders some members of the Grey Dog clan, which they are a clan that belongs to the Lismelder tribe, which is the rival tribe to yours. You guys belong to or are loyal to currently the Kalimar tribe. And the Lismelder tribe is your rival. So the Grey Dogs, they are no friends of yours. And the herder, her name is Bera, she reported recognizing some of these raiders as being from the Grey Dog clan, particularly one man named Danakos, who is known to be an ambitious and bitter Grey Dog. And in fact, he's the one who speared her through the stomach and left her for dead.
Oof. Okay.
Yes. So you guys have ridden out together, and now I will give you an opportunity to introduce your character. Who are you? What are you doing here? What are your relations to relationships to each other, that sort of thing. Why don't we start with M?
Knew it. Okay. They have like a little spiel at the start of my pre-gen, so I'm gonna read that if that's okay.
Sure. If
Okay.
it, yeah, you can sum it, whatever you guys want to do.
Okay. I am Visana, the daughter of Farnan, a hero of Starbrow's rebellion, slain and devoured by the Crimson Bat. In my war of revenge against the Lunar Empire, I gained the attention of Argrath at the Battle of Pennel Ford. I was sorely wounded at the Second Battle of Moonbroth, granting me this terrible scar across the left half of my face. I returned to my mother's farm to recover, and I am now ready for adventure. My friends know me for being a fearsome bison rider, a skilled hand with a sword, and a devout worshipper of Orlanth adventurous. My honor is my greatest strength.
Excellent.
Okay.
Chase, why don't you go next, since I believe you are related to Emily's character.
I am, and I did some cutting and replacing on a pre-gen character, but I'm gonna kind of stick to the backstory as they had it. You can call me Matthias, son of Verena, and like my mother, you will know me as a priest of Arnalda. Praised be the earth and all its secrets. I know the sacred dances of life and lust, as well as the rites of birth and renewal. I speak to spirits of the higher worlds and those of the earth, and I know the way of knitting flesh and bone to their wholeness. My half-sister Vasana, I ventured to Knocket, and there I earned the blessing and favor of Queen Samastina. Now I travel with her, following the path that my goddess has set before me. And Matthias is a tall, fit, handsome gentleman with long, dark hair, some very clean-cut facial hair. He wears some tidy trousers, as well as a long, flowing, open robe in the front, exposing his chest, where he has some tattoos of his different runes.
Excellent. We will jump to Wade next.
Yes. Cool. So I play Vastor, son of Paijim. Now, do not strike, but I was once part of the Lunar, out of Dunstop in Tarsh. That is where I'm from, but I'm no longer aligned with them. I have, though I'm not a deserter, I did start to serve the Red Emperor, which is where I've got this beautiful scar. And he has just a nice, massive scar on the right side of his face and down onto the right side of his arm. It's by far his most noticeable trait and quality, physically at least. Sorry. But yes, from there, I've made friends with my former enemies, Nasarta. And now I'm here.
So a deserter, but not a traitor. Well, or traitor in some ways. Traitor to the Lunar Empire.
No.
He's a traitor.
No, traitor is such a harsh word. No, no.
But
they were the ones that sent assassins after me.
Fair enough. And you're in with new friends these days.
Yes, much better ones.
All right, and finally we'll go to probably the most unique looking one of this bunch. John, who are you playing?
I'm playing Karistan Moonhunter, and I'm a duck. I'm an actual anthropomorphic duck who's about 2 feet high, with a short sword, a bow, a shield, armor, the kit and caboodle. Looks like a total badass. And he has the death rune. One of his eyes is all white and milky, and he has the death rune tattooed over it. And I was also at which battle were you at? You were at the Vasana. You were at the battle, not the Battle of Pennel Ford, but you were at the Battle of.
I was at the Battle of Pennel Ford.
Oh, so was I.
So was I.
Did we fight on the same side, I wonder?
We did, because I am a follower of Orlanth's brother, because Orlanth is the storm god, and his brother is the god of death. Specifically, the god of war and warriors and honorable death.
Wonders.
And so he's a veteran of a couple of different wars, and he's lived long enough to tell the tale and come out with, scars of his own. And although I do hate the Lunar Empire, Lunar, I'm watching you, Lunar.
No longer Lunar, but yes, you
that's
could watch. It's fine.
I'm watching you. And so just a little quick thing for anybody who's not familiar with Runequest. Glorantha is a Bronze Age world and not a medieval world. And so it is more like ancient Greece and things like that. So you think more like Clash of the Titans than you do Lord of the Rings and Hercules and all that kind of stuff.
Love it.
And I'm fine with them stealing our cattle. That's what you do. You steal cattle, but you don't kill the cattle watchers. No. Because you steal our cattle, we steal yours. You steal our cattle, that's fine.
They're almost shared at this point.
Yeah, true enough.
Yes, you make an excellent point. In fact, these were simple cattle herders, no defenseless, not even, tribal warriors or anything like that. Just people watching the cows. So this is a grave offense, not only for the stolen cattle, but also for the death of your kinsman. Yes, and go ahead.
And one last detail. I'm a pickle farmer. Does anybody want a pickle? No.
Are they
I'll take one. Yes.
Are they grown as pickles?
No.
Oh, okay. Then wouldn't you call yourself a cucumber farmer?
But I make pickles.
I understand.
It's all about what you sell at the end of it.
I thought that was called a pickle brewer.
But I make pickles.
I learned a new thing
clearly
today.
He has a pickle in his hand.
My apologies. I did not mean to create a fuss.
Have a pickle.
Thank you.
So here's what you guys know so far, besides the information I've already given you. You guys are currently in an area called the Badlands of the Starfire Ridge. And these Badlands really aren't useful for much besides herding animals and letting them graze here, because it's not good for farming. It's too rocky and hilly and that kind of thing. This is also somewhat of a contested territory between your tribe and that of the the Lismelder tribe. I just forgot the name. So this is some a little bit of, you claim this territory, but so do they, and it's kind of sticky here. But this is where you guys have set off, because from the site of the horrible event and murder and theft of cattle, it's a little bit hard to disguise and cover up the footprints of dozens and dozens of cows. That, you wouldn't believe how difficult that is. So the trail has actually been pretty easy to follow so far, because they just herded these cattle right out of there. So you've been tracking them that way. So far you haven't seen anybody, but you're confident that this will lead you back to the Grey Dogs area, because that is indeed the direction it is going. As you guys continue along your path, you see that they've taken a detour into the Badlands, which is where you are now. And why don't you all make our first check of the game a scan roll?
All right.
So for anyone new to this system, including us, this is a system that uses D100 rolling. So you roll against your rank in a skill or a rune or a passion, which we'll probably talk about runes and passions a little bit later. But you're trying to roll under. Also, sorry if you hear weird noises from my end. My puppy is eating dinner. And she is not a very quiet eater.
You want a pickle?
She would eat a pickle. She would eat anything.
And
So-
correct me if I'm wrong, but this is a roll under system.
Yes, rolling under. And there are such things as critical and special successes. So if you get 5% or lower than the chance you have to roll, that is a critical success. If you get 20% or lower, then that is a special success. Otherwise, it's just normal success rolling under. The same goes for a critical failure, or it's called a fumble in this system. If you roll 5% or more of the chance that you have to fail. It's kind of confusing to explain in words, but basically you have small chances to succeed incredibly or fail incredibly on every roll.
And when you fight against other people, when you're contesting against someone else, you want to roll under your skill, but higher than they rolled.
Yes.
Speaking of failing, dramatically, I did that.
Oh no.
Just now.
You fumbled?
I did.
Oh boy. Okay. What else? We'll deal with that in a
Look,
minute.
that's fun.
No, actually, here's what happened. Karastan, how is that said? Karastan. As you guys are surveying the land, Karastan takes just a deep bite of this pickle, and some of the juice squirts in your eye, Matthias. And you just get some awful vinegar pickle juice in your eye.
Oh,
Sorry about that.
smells delicious though.
It's
What
a
did the
great shot.
rest of you get?
I had
I had a 50 on the dot.
specials. Oh,
Ooh.
so you had a critical
Success.
success?
No.
What's your
No.
skin?
Critical
65.
65.
So just regular plain old success.
I'm just average right here. We're good.
I also got a success.
Nice.
What is the range for a special success?
20%. Yes.
So if I have a 50% and I roll 30%,
No.
no. Okay.
There is a table in the book
Thank
too that
you.
you can quickly look and see the ranges
going
and stuff
to.
like that. Yeah. It's easier to use the table. Anyway, 3 of you succeeded with poor Matthias rubbing pickle juice out of his eye. But the 3 of you spot what looks to be a humanoid figure lying face down on the ground, several hundred meters north of you, in the direction that you're headed.
It's a trap.
And there's all around it, there are hoof prints familiar to you, indicating that the cattle came through here.
Try to squint out there, rubbing my eye. What's a trap?
No, nothing. Just keep walking out that way. You'll find it. I promise. Nope. Keep walking.
Please
You
do
got
not,
this, Matthias.
please do not harm my brother this way.
I will give the lunar a growl.
It was a joke. Oh, y'all are so stuck up.
So I would like to cast a spell.
All right.
I would like to, let me see. I would like to spend 1 magic point. Because you have to spend
Is
magic
the
point.
spirit magic that you're doing?
It is spirit magic.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast Detect Enemies. I
Interesting.
know that they're around here somewhere. And Detect Enemies gives me the approximate direction and distance from the caster of any being intending to harm them. Or it detects and locates a specific individual on whom the caster concentrates. In this case, I want to know if anyone is in the general vicinity who wants to harm us.
Okay. What does the spirit magic look like?
Detect enemy. What happens is that Karastan closes his eyes and because it's an instant spell, it happens instantaneously, but he has to focus in order to do it. So he closes his eyes, he bows his head, and he puts his hands together in concentration. And magic is, you can feel it. It's a real like thing. And so you feel the spirit magic emanate from him like a warm, like a warm aura, like a blanket. And then it kind of fires out from him like a wave, like a wave. And that, let's say that it feels like a radar echo or sonar echo. If there are any enemies about.
And if I'm not mistaken, you need to roll against your power, right? Your power times 5.
Yes, I need
To
roll
see if
times my power times 5.
Successfully get it off. Yes.
So my power is a 16. Power times 5 is an 80. So let's do it. Ooh, I rolled an 4, which is a critical success.
That is a critical success. Now, with spells not in combat, I'm trying to. How does that affect this spell? Would you say?
You know what? It just means that I'm able to do it very quickly, and I can recover very quickly without having to, I could let's just say I can do it really quickly. It's like boom, and it's done.
And on a critical success, are the spirit point or the magic points not used? Do you get them refunded?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's only on rune magic. I'm thinking. Okay, very good. This goes out, and you guys all feel Kirstan focusing, and you are quite certain, Kirstan, there are no enemies nearby. You detect nothing, including nothing from the figure lying face down. So you are quite confident that either that individual is not living or does not intend you harm.
It's not a trap.
Well, then there's no need to growl at me.
So,
Brother, let us find out if this person is living. Brother, speak up. I cannot hear you.
It's the pickle juice.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I agree. It was best to be safe rather than sorry.
How's your eye doing?
Oh, all better now.
Oh, good. You smell better too.
May I have one of those pickles?
Here you go.
He'll take it and start crunching on as he approaches.
Good traveling food.
Indeed.
Nothing mixes better than the smell of death and the taste of pickles.
Mm-hmm.
How well you know me.
All right, so you guys are approaching?
Yes.
Yeah. So as you come closer, you see that there are some crows kind of picking at the figure, and you shoo them away as you get closer. You notice that it appears to be a female. She has dark hair, and she's dressed in a blue woolen tunic, which you know to be characteristic of the Grey Dog clan.
She appears to be part of the Grey Dog clan?
Her clothing suggests that. She's currently face down, and you've scared off the crows.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna turn her over. Does she looks most certainly dead beyond healing?
Yes, she looks most certainly dead as you turn her over. Her eyes are wide open, and you see that there's a slit across her throat, and of course blood just down the front of her.
I see that they are not only killing us, but their own kind.
I'm gonna start I'm gonna pick up like a handful of like dirt and start like kind of sprinkling around her like respectfully and like saying like a bit of a prayer about her being one of Earth's creatures, and do like.
Are you trying to basically put her to rest?
Yeah, respectfully, like putting her to rest.
Because this is a real thing you can do.
Oh, can I?
Yes, indeed.
Tell me about this.
It is a skill, I believe. Let me find it.
There's a couple of ways you can do it.
Yeah, why don't you enlighten us, John?
Well, if you have, if you're a priest of Ernalda or initiate of Ernalda, the Earth Goddess, you can do, or and any of us actually can do the proper rite, and the proper. Oh, I spilled pickle juice on my character sheet.
Immersion.
Yeah. So it's going to be a religion, probably a religion roll. And that's going to be knowledge or magic, one of those.
Yeah, there is a skill for prepare corpse as well.
Yep, and there's this prepare corpse skill, which I can roll. I mean, all of us can roll. We have
Yes, you guys can. So you can also do things to augment your checks as well, whether through another skill or a rune or a passion you have. And basically, if you want to do that, you explain how this thing is helpful, whether that's another skill. Maybe you do like a dance as part of this ritual, or if you have some kind of passion that relates, you roll against that first. And if you succeed, you basically up your chances of succeeding at the check you're trying to make.
Yeah. So, for example, drop my die. I have one of my runes is the death rune. I have the death rune at 75. So I am going to augment my prepare corpse with the death rune. So I'm going to focus on the death rune, and the runes are real things. They are maybe sentient, maybe older than the gods. It's kind of ambiguous what the runes actually are, but in my Glorantha, they're the oldest things in the universe, and they cause the universe to happen, for example. But for the death rune, I will focus on the death rune, and I will roll 70 under 75.
Nice.
And that augments my prepare corpse skill, which I have because I'm an initiate of Humacht.
Yes, and that adds 20% to your chance.
Yep. So, and I would like to help the initiate of Ernalda to
okay.
lead the corpse.
So you're going to give that 20% to him, basically. Okay, very good. Go ahead, Matthias.
Awesome. Yeah, and I'll roll it under, I guess, worship Ernalda, because I mean that's kind of what I'm going for. Still a creature of earth, even though they're a rival. That is just barely. So you're taking 20% up on mine. Is that right?
Yes.
That does it.
Woo, nice. Thanks to Karistan, you two work together to properly prepare this corpse. As you do so, you notice that she doesn't have any valuables on her. She doesn't even have any weapons on her. Just a simple like eating knife is all she has left.
They didn't even let her carry a sword into the afterlife.
Who does this sort of thing?
Barbaric.
Men who will be dead soon.
They didn't even keep her for ransom. Instead, they leave her behind here. Strange.
Yes. Did you all notice that you have a ransom on your character sheet?
Mm-hmm.
How much you're worth if you get kidnapped by a rival tribe?
That's great.
You guys also notice that nearby is a ring of stones and like the remnants of an old fire that has long since gone out, but it looks like they had set up camp here. As you are performing this small ritual, let's see, I'm going to say Vasana and Vastor, go ahead and make scan checks because you guys are not actively participating in the events here at this moment.
Good. What happens if you meet it?
You need to meet it or go under, right?
Perfect. I got 65 out of 65.
You're just towing that line.
I failed.
Okay.
Like I said, I do the minimum effort.
You're just glancing around.
It's still more than Vasana.
Well, your glancing paid off. We'll just say Vasana was looking in the other direction and didn't see anything interesting.
Thank you.
Vastor, you notice in the trees, just a little ways off, there you notice a figure that seems to be watching you guys as Karistan and Matthias carry out these rites. and that's all of that. You can't really see any features too well of this figure. They're just watching from the trees.
Hey, Vasana. Hey,
Yes, Voster.
Generally when you scan, you look in more than one direction. Anyway, look over the shoulder. Just this one right here.
I'll
Don't,
just
don't
lean
stare. Don't stare.
Slightly to the side and let my eyes drift as if I'm still talking to him, but
Mhm.
actually
Do you see the
looking
person
past.
that's staring at you?
Where?
Once Vostor
sorry,
points it out, you
their
can
shoulder.
see.
Other shoulder. Yeah.
I look that way. Oh, I see this person. How
You
far
want
away
to-
are they?
They're maybe like 100 yards or so.
Okay.
Within arrow distance.
Within arrow distance, indeed. I'm gonna go walk up to my bison and stroke its furry side and just ever so casually pull my composite bow off of the saddle.
Okay. As you do this, you see the figure just take off running away.
Oh, okay. I'm not very stealthy, so that makes sense. I'm gonna pull back my arrow. Can I shoot this person?
You can try.
I just want to wing him right in the leg.
He is running. They are running into trees. They are within trees. So
Okay. Well, I do have the rune of air, and perhaps it will be on my side.
are you going to augment
I
your?
would love to augment.
Okay.
I've never cast a rune spell before, so let's see how we do this.
So
Okay.
so augmenting with a rune is different than casting a rune spell.
Okay.
Just so you know.
So I'm just
Augmenting is like, hey, my character is this way, and so like they're gonna really like try their hardest at this thing, or they know a lot about this thing, so they're gonna be good at it, kind of.
Now I might be remembering this incorrectly, but when we use our runes, Karistan, I'm sorry, I guess I can use your real name, John. When we
You can
use
call me
runes,
whatever you want.
we're like kind of channeling the divinities, right? So something changes about us.
Yeah.
So I picture like when she is channeling like this air rune, her hair starts to float up a little bit as if there is like a small gust around her. And when she shoots, the arrow is also carried by the wind that leaves her hair and follows the bolt towards the person.
That's pretty.
So let's go ahead and roll this attack. Okay, rolling attack, is that you have to use strike ranks for this?
Not right now, because we're
right
not
now?
really in a combat. You're just shooting your bow, so you're gonna roll against your weapons, your weapon skill.
Okay. Weapon skills.
Well, first you want to check your air rune.
Oh yes, to
Yes.
see if you augment it.
Okay. I did it on the money. Thank goodness for 90%. And then roll for my weapon.
And be sure to add 20% to that.
Okay.
Yeah, to the range.
Now, if I'm looking at is that under knowledge or is it under manipulation? Includes all weapon skills, it says.
That would be under manipulation.
Because my manipulation just says plus 5%.
Yeah, so that's your manipulation bonus.
Okay.
You add that to all your weapon skills.
And I think it has like the weapon percentages on your character sheet. under
Yeah, it should
weapons.
have them all added up together on your character sheet.
Oh, okay, right there. Perfect. All right. Yes, I get it.
Nice. Okay. So now roll a d20.
Okay. 13.
13. So you see this person. You hit this person in the arm, and
Just missed the leg.
they grab at their arm and they continue kind of hobbling off into the trees. And since you kind of spent the time to really focus on this person and aim for them and stuff, you don't see the blue of the gray dog clothing.
They shouldn't have run then.
I mean, in their defense, you did pull out a bow, but I mean, this way they're bleeding now, so I'm sure we could track them. Don't worry, I'll do the tracking, as you could barely track these tracks. It's okay.
I do believe you're thinking of Matthias. Well, we are
But
siblings.
no, he
we
could
are
have tracked these tracks.
You're correct.
After about 10 minutes, you guys have finished covering the body with stones and carrying out the rites, and this whole arrow altercation has ended, and you guys are ready to go. Do you head off toward the trees, or do you continue following the cattle tracks?
What do you all think? It's probably a liability to leave somebody be wounded in the woods. At the very least, we should keep a keen eye behind us if we proceed on the cattle tracks.
You go forward. I'll stay behind and watch and make sure no one follows us.
Make sure you stay a good sprint's distance away in case we need to aid you.
So I have hunting and move silently and things like that. So I'm going to stay within sight of the group, but also far enough back that if someone and move quietly in case someone starts following us from behind.
Flank the flanker. I like it.
That's right. I survived enough battles to know how to do this.
I feel safe having you at my back. Thank you. Okay, I guess we'll follow the cattle tracks then.
Okay.
Oh, we're not gonna chase the wounded person?
Oh,
I'm okay chasing a wounded person.
let's go.
I did shoot them. Might as well.
The blood trail should make tracking them easier.
Agree.
Lead the way, Vostor.
Yep. I'm trying to
So
keep up.
off into the trees you go. Yes?
Huzzah.
Huzzah. Okay. So you head off into this small copse of trees. It's far from like a forest or anything, because remember, these are badlands, so it's just a small area. And indeed, the blood does make tracking this individual much easier. Who's leading this effort, Vostor? So go ahead and roll to track.
Oh.
And
Ooh.
no, is that a you shouldn't
You
be
sure
in
you
charge
all
of
want me to do this?
Well, I suppose I could do it. I do have tracking.
Yeah.
But wait, you were bragging so confidently, Vostor. Are you sure you don't want to lead this? I mean, you've been calling my tracking into question and mocking my
With
brother Matthias.
No, I called you scanning into question. Matthias is tracking, yes.
Okay, I see how it is.
So
Go
does
to
anybody
stand. Show us how it's done.
does anybody else have tracking?
I do. It's not very
It's
good.
at
I guess-
5%.
So could I argue? Could I argue for things? I guess like could I use like my earth rune to augment tracking to maybe like get down with the earth and try to like tracks more clear.
Get down with the earth.
Get
Yeah.
down with the earth.
Hey,
I meant that in a literal sense. Like I'll crouch down
Yes.
and I'll grab like kind of like a handful of soil
Roll in it.
and I'll augment then.
Ernalda, the Earth Goddess, is married to and has children with every god in the pantheon, including the women.
Wow.
There you go.
All right, there
Impressive.
we go. So I got a 3%, which I believe is a critical success for my augment.
Whoa.
Oh,
So-
nice. So that adds 50% to the
Nice.
to the
Hey,
range.
now I can track, maybe. Okay, so now I roll for my tracking, for my track, which is a success.
Nice. Okay.
Congratulations.
See, all I was doing was just making sure he had enough motivation to do it right. Look, he's doing it great.
Yeah, so I'll kind of crouch down and grab some soil like by the blood, and I'm just going to close my eyes for a bit, then look around. I believe they went this way.
Yes.
See, brother.
I'll start taking point in my
Okay.
unarmored self.
So you can tell from your observations that this individual has a weird gait, because and you notice kind of a third track that seems to be a walking staff. And it seems like there's pressure on this staff, so like they don't walk very well. And obviously the blood along the trail leads you. Finally, up ahead, you hear the like scrabble of rocks and snapping of twigs and things, and the low muttering voice of what sounds like an old man who is panickedly talking to himself. I should not have started that word, but it was too late.
Oh, dear sister. Sir, please, we would like to speak, not fight.
Just have to get away. Just have to get away. Just keep going.
I apologize
just
that
keep
my
going.
dear sister seems to have shot you. May we please, I can tend to that wound if you're willing to speak with us.
Sorry we shot you. Can we talk?
Sister, I believe you may have shot an innocent elderly man.
So I will slowly approach the old man, and I will say, the god of death is not cruel, nor is he merciless. And I will begin casting a healing spell.
Wow. Okay.
I will spend a magic point.
Mhm.
And how many? I will spend 2 magic points to heal 2 hit points.
Okay. I guess we didn't really do damage from your arrow. How much damage does your arrow do? Did your arrow?
I rolled it. It was
Oh.
4.
Okay.
There's 4. I
You
will
think-
spend 4 magic points.
Okay. Generous duck. Okay.
God of death is not merciless, nor is he cruel.
I dig my heels into my bison to kind of round around this man to block off any chance of escape.
Mm.
You are
Okay.
not guilty, then why would you run?
He backs away. He skitters away from your bison toward Karistan, and just sort of circles, looking at all of you wide-eyed. He's not resisting your spell, Karistan, but he is just very, very frightened still at the whole situation. Go ahead and roll to see if you are able to get this spirit magic working.
All right. Yes. 45.
And what do you want this healing to look like? Obviously, his skin kind of stitches back together.
The death. Actually, it can't be the death tattoo. Well, it might be, but yeah, it's again, it's like a warm ball of healing light. To invoke one of my favorite authors, but that surrounds both of us, and it's like a glowing silver light.
Cool. Yeah, so the wound on his arm closes and stops bleeding, and he blinks at you and down at his arm and says, shoot me and then and heal me. I don't what do you do? What is this?
I had thought that you were the enemy that we are tracking, perhaps the one that left the dead body behind.
No.
And when you ran, I shot. For only the guilty run, sir.
I run from people aiming bows at me.
I had not yet aimed.
Fair point.
I thought maybe you were more of them, more of the kinslayers.
Do I look like I am a kinslayer? And I gesture to the fact I'm not wearing the colors of the, oh gosh, gray
Of the Grey Dog clan.
dogs. Thank you. Call them Grey Bloods.
What I think my sister means to say, good sir, is that we would appreciate any information that you can give, and we mean you no harm.
Right.
Well,
No harm. No
Maybe
harm.
more harm.
Buster, this
Previous
is
harm
your
was a
fault,
mistake.
you understand.
Oh, I was the one that shot the arrow.
Son of hygiene.
Okay. You guys can here are the skill checks you can roll in this situation. If you would like, you can if you have area lore dragon pass, you can roll that. You can also roll a luck check, which is just your power times 5.
I've got Dragon Pass.
And Matthias, go ahead and roll either fast talk or orate if you have either of those
Yeah, that I do.
to talk him down.
I don't have any of that.
I succeed at my Dragon Pass.
Okay.
For my orate, I think I critically, I fumble, which is
Row.
sad because my orate's really good.
Okay. And you just said that we mean you no harm. Actually, I think he's going to use Vostor's little burn right back at you guys. Any more harm? You mean you already meant me harm? You shot me. And then how do I know you're any better than those gray dogs?
I take a step forward
I'm
or
just gonna
nudge
start-
my bison forward.
I'm just gonna
Say,
start fumbling over my words with my failure.
listen here, old man. We might have made a mistake, though you were in a dubious place at a dubious time, and you have run and have not yet proven yourself to not be a kinslayer. And we have repaid, and I gesture to Karistan, we've repaid our ill will, though it perhaps was not ill will, and I rest a pointed hand upon my weapon. I suggest you speak clearly and quickly.
Matthias, with your successful lore check, you recognize this individual as a scavenger who lives in these Badlands named Carthalo. He's known for scavenging items from burial mounds and selling them in trading posts around Dragon Pass.
And is that like frowned upon?
Yes, that is why he is now living here in the Badlands. He was long ago driven away from all of the villages because that is not that's a no.
Wait a minute. You're not a kinslayer, but you're a scavenger.
A grave robber.
Yes. Maybe we are not taking harm off the table.
The god of death is neither cruel nor merciless, but he is just. I'm going to make an intimidate roll.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice line.
I'm going to invoke. I'm going to augment my death rune.
Okay.
That would be a success with a 73, and where is my intimidate? It's under communication. There it is. Oh wow, just barely. Yes, I succeeded. I have a 40 and I rolled a 38.
Okay. He starts shivering a little bit and he seems to look over your shoulder, Karistan, and he says, Stop it. Stop it. Okay. I'm not I don't do that. I don't rob them. No more. And he's like grasping his hands nervously. I just cracked my knuckle while I was doing that. And he's kind of shivering in his tattered threadbare cloak and loincloth, I should say, is how he is dressed currently.
Who are you speaking to, old man?
He looks around and he says, everyone. Everywhere. The spirits. They're here in this land. Everywhere.
He's haunted by spirits.
I see.
What did you see? Did you see the kinslayers? Which way did they go?
He suddenly goes really wide-eyed and pales like even more. You know, you guys were already kind of making him nervous, and now he looks utterly terrified. And he says, "The stone woman came. Stone woman came for them. They followed Stone Woman.
Is there anything?
Matthias.
Would we recognize what stone woman means, or is there any kind of check we can make on that?
Go ahead and make a maybe a spirit lore.
Can I make a local area check?
I would allow it. Yeah, for a certain information.
I have a knowledge local. There's not much chance, but there's a chance. I'm new around here. Oh, geez, I rolled a 4.
Wow!
Congratulations.
Okay, great.
That's why I don't play D&D. I always roll low. Got the GM's curse.
Yeah.
So we'll say this is how you know this, Karistan. You've passed through these Badlands before on your way to this area, and you've observed in these Badlands some odd cairns and stone idols and things in this area. And while you are not familiar with the entity behind such structures, you have seen some strange stone idols around here before that
Stone
appear to
women?
be carved in the shape of a woman, but with like really exaggerated features.
Like the Venus of what's her name? Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, kind of, but just like round all over, like just a very large, gargantuan female figure.
Yeah,
The stones themselves are not large; they're kind of small carvings, but the figure carved into them has that appearance.
So the Venus of Willendorf. If you Google the Venus of Willendorf and take a peek, that's what I'm picturing when you mentioned that.
Googling.
She's one of the oldest.
Oh yes, yeah, a bit like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so you don't know what that doesn't strike you as familiar in any way as far as the lore and the gods and the runes that you know, but you have seen that figure.
Don't like it. So I will tell my friends that over my travels I've seen statues of a stone woman that looks like this, and he puts out his big duck arms and he's like this.
See, I don't recall. Well, does this?
I do a lot of hunting.
See, is it something we should be concerned about?
Everything is something you should be concerned about.
The old man is nodding very adamantly. He says she cast her spell upon him. She cast her spell and led them away.
Upon whom?
Upon the kinslayer.
Which direction did they go?
He'll point, and it's not in the direction where you know there to be. It's not in the direction they would go to return home. It's kind of deeper off into the Badlands. And he says, to the ruin. She led them to the ruin. Her ruin.
That sounds bad.
Did the cattle go with them? Did you lead the cattle too? So we have one gray dog killing another gray dog because the stone lady told them to.
That sounds bad.
She walks these Badlands. She walks them.
That sounds
you
worse.
see her, you run. You run if you see her.
Ugh. Can you show us? I'm sorry, go ahead, Matthias.
Oh, does anybody have rope?
Of course I have rope.
Yeah, we'll just say you guys are prepared.
Matthias,
You guys are prepared adventurers.
You left home without rope again?
I I have the necessities. I don't typically need rope, sister.
If you ask for rope every time, then it should become a necessity.
Karistan,
I
believe we should tie this
apologize,
man up and bring him
Karistan.
with us.
Karistan brought rope.
No. I don't want to see the stone woman. Please.
Ugh, I don't want to drag this one along with.
We'll cover his eyes. It's fine.
Show us where the ruin is.
He'll just nod and say, I'll lead you in direction. Won't go close. Won't
Fair
go
enough.
close. He'll start walking off, not really paying attention if you guys are following or not. He'll just start stomping off in a direction.
He's haunted by spirits. They haunt his sins.
And we're trusting him enough to follow him?
That doesn't mean he's not reliable. Just means he's haunted.
Fair.
Besides, if he leads us astray, he knows he's in big trouble. Isn't that right? I'm going to pat him on the back.
This poor guy. he got us.
He flinches under your tap and then he stops suddenly and turns and looks at you, Matthias and Karistan, with a really quizzical look, and he says, suddenly he appears completely lucid and he says, "Thank you."
You're
What
welcome.
spirits haunt you, old man?
She will be put to rest if you slay the kinslayer. And then he looks off distantly in the direction where you guys came from.
Okay.
Seems like a win-win to me.
So in Call of Cthulhu, you can make what's called an idea roll, which is rolling your intelligence times 5, which is kind of like asking the GM for a hint.
Okay.
GM, can I make an idea roll?
I'm up for it.
My intelligence is only 11, so I have a 55% chance. So, I would like to know if Karistan is smart enough to put together that the ghost of the woman that was killed, that we found killed, is haunting him.
Okay. Haunting the hermit guy, not Karis.
Hermit guy. I rolled
Okay.
a 14.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. So you feel the spirits suddenly. You don't see them, but his lucidity and the direction he's looking, you suddenly kind of feel this familiar presence, and you do see like a flash in your mind of the body that you guys buried under the stones. So you are quite certain that this woman, this spirit, has come to deliver that message through this man. That is what will rest her spirit.
So I will tell my friends, I will say, Humacht has shown me the truth. The spirit of the woman we found haunts this man and is looking to be put at rest. And the only way to do that lies in the direction that we're heading.
And probably not putting an arrow through the body. Maybe he's going to look over at Vasana.
She is impassive. She did what she had to do.
Perfect.
Just trying to keep us safe, sister, and I appreciate it.
Thank you, brother.
It all worked out in the end.
I'm watching you, Lunar.
I have done nothing wrong.
Yet.
Fair enough.
I'm going to look back at him and nod in agreement.
Remember, I'm secretly on your side. I'm rooting for you.
Well, I suppose if there's any more tracking to be done, I should be leading then. Sorry, Vostor.
Go for it.
I'm going to take point and start heading off in
Okay.
the direction.
The old man is kind of leading you guys, and pretty soon, so you sort of ran off the trail to catch him, but now he's led you back, and you very quickly run into the cattle trail, and you see the the hoof prints.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
for it.
I was, something
Horses
was like,
have
do
hooves?
cows? Yeah. And he kind of maintains this lucidity for a short while as you guys are walking. And Karistan, you think that this spirit is sort of continuing to use him to communicate. Because he's now talking about events as if he were there.
Mm.
And so he's telling you what happened, but from the perspective of this woman who was slain. And you learn that while they were setting up camp, they were going to camp for the night and then head off home in the morning. And just before going to sleep, Daneko started acting kind of strange. And they were all already kind of upset because of the killing of the herders. Not everyone was in favor of that. It was mostly Danekos who was calling for that kind of treatment, and not everyone had signed up for that plan. So there was already some discontent in the group, and they had settled on a plan like, okay, just forget it. Let's just get home, get these cattle home. But then he started acting weird, and a few hours later, he woke them all up and insisted that they take the herd north into the trees, into the woods, which was a vast detour from where they were headed. She and her other clansmen refused his plan, and he immediately attacked her. And the next thing she knew, she was coughing blood and was dead. And she does not know what happened after that. But those were the events leading up to her death. And then, of course, you summoned her spirit with your rituals, and she saw that the cattle were gone and felt that she could not leave this place fully until the kinslayer was justly dealt with. And suddenly he goes back to same old muttering man, kind of talking to things you can't see and saying lots of strange things as he leads you along.
Poor soul.
Poor soul. I suppose, though she shouldn't have followed a madman.
Indeed, though I would not wish this torment on anyone.
Yeah, we all make mistakes.
Like being a gray dog. Definitely a mistake.
Definitely a mistake. Mistakes have consequences.
They do, and they deserve to be punished. Let us hasten our path. We've taken too long of a detour as it is.
Okay. You hustle off and make your way through from the Badlands into the foothills. And
Can I take a really quick break to run to the restroom and get a fill up my cup?
and actually I'm the absolute worst at remembering to call for breaks on streams. So thank you, John, for the reminder. And we will just go ahead and take like a 10-minute break.
We're back.
We are back. Thank you again, John, for the reminder to take breaks.
Hey, no problem.
Important lesson of the stream. Give yourself a break. Even legendary adventurers with godly magic flowing through their veins need to take breaks sometimes. However, that is not what you guys are doing. You are currently tracking your way through the Badlands, following a muttering old hermit who is half out of his mind due to the constant haunting of spirits around him. However, he does seem to be leading you in the right direction, and you catch up with these tracks of the cattle that were stolen from your from your clan. And you see way off in the distance, on one of these hilltops, a a group of ruins up on top of it. Particularly what stands out is what used to be a tower that's now a bit crumbly with age, and a surrounding wall. And the old man points up toward that hill and mutters again, stone woman, and then kind of shrinks back behind you guys.
Perhaps we'll finally taste a fight.
Spoken like a true Orlanthe.
I rise up from my stirrups and I peer at that direction. Do I see? Is there anything more that I can see if I do like a scan check or something?
Sure.
Okay. I always forget with the percentile dice. If I roll 3 zeros, is that 100%?
No, that's 0.
That's
right?
0?
No, that's 100%.
That's
Wait a minute.
There is no
3
zero on the
zeros.
D100.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's the most fumble you can fumble.
Yeah.
That's true.
What happened? Do I lose my eyes?
I think no. Okay, I've got it. Here's what
Okay.
happens. So you begin scanning the horizon and looking up toward the ruins, and you just suddenly feel this like visceral terror in your gut, and you just have to look away. It just feels unnatural.
Oh, okay.
No. I said to like look different directions the last time, but this time no. Like this is you're meant to like look over there.
Voster, you don't know what lies that direction.
Do you want me to take a look?
Something foul is ahead.
More foul than what was behind us.
Yes, Voster.
Okay.
Son of hygiene.
The old man is standing behind you, and he just like does the like me like looks down at his cloak and his loincloth.
I'm scary.
Right. Well, I'll take a look as well.
Okay.
If that's all right.
Mm-hmm. As you guys are examining this, you can scan. You can also try to listen. You can try area lore dragon pass. You can try battle, or you can try herd or animal lore.
I would like to sneak up.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll move quietly.
Okay. And Vostor, are you scanning?
Yes.
I'll do the dragon pass lore.
Okay.
I got a 45 under 65.
Okay. You think you see a head poking up above one of the walls, up on top of the up in the ruins, and as you catch sight of it, it quickly drops down again.
Yes, it appears they're looking, or at least someone was looking at us from the ruins over there. But you're right, Vasana, this is very hard to look at. I can barely hold it together.
My gut has not lied to me before. Let's press onwards.
What's your lore check? You are muted?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't muted. That was weird. No, it's a fail.
Okay. You are not familiar with these ruins, nor the stone woman. And Karistan, you're sneaking up. What did you get?
I got a 32 under a 60.
Okay. So you go sneaking up closer to the ruins.
Nobody expects a duck.
That's true.
Karistan, do you want us to wait here while you scout ahead?
Yes.
Okay. I turn back to everyone else. We should wait here while he scouts ahead.
Spoken like a true Orlanthe. So yeah, I'm gonna sneak up and just kind of like scout around and try to get a sense of what's around how.
Are you kind of taking a lap around the hill? Okay. So you can see that certainly the defining feature of this place is the central tower.
Mhm.
And surrounding it is kind of a maze of ruins with low walls and things like that. But the tower really seems to be the focal point. You also see, let's see, along the back of it, the wall is partly crumbled and kind of exposing the rest of the ruins, where around the rest of the area the wall is still somewhat intact. How close are you getting exactly?
Close enough to look, but not in the ruin itself. I'm only
Okay.
going to get a look at the walls.
Got it. Okay. So you can also see that these walls are something about them is just unsettling. And something about this whole area strikes you as not man-made, but certainly not natural, of the natural world, but just something weird is like in the kind of, itch in the back of your head.
It's weird like me. All right, I will make my way back to my friends.
Friends now.
What I've always been.
Oh, I love it. No, it's okay. We have a long-standing campaign where I can't be anybody's friend, and I just had like a gut
Vasana's
response
like, "Oh,
to
we're
like,
friends."
"I have a friend." What?
It's
Sorry.
Yeah, it's one of the things that I really like about Runequest and Glorantha is that you're part of a tribe.
Mhm.
These are your family members, your cousins and your uncles, and and all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
Even a duck,
Uncle Duck.
Uncle Duck.
Yeah.
Don't call me
Karistan,
Scrooge.
one last thing. Do you have any skills? I kind of feel like you probably don't, but do you have any skills in herding or animal lore?
As a matter of fact, I do.
Oh.
I am a
Wait.
duck.
I guess the animal lore makes sense.
I'm going to augment it with my animal rune.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, look, there's a 45.
Is that enough to succeed?
That is enough for me
To augment?
so I'm going to augment my animal lore, which is going to be 55 now.
Okay.
And I rolled a 14.
Nice. So also, as you were circling around this hill, you see that from the small glimpses that you saw inside the ruins, you notice that there aren't steps. It's all just a ramp that slowly rises, and it strikes you as something that would be ideal for herding animals up, they don't have to walk up steps.
So I will go back to my friends and I'll say, there is something odd about this building. I can't put my finger on it. But what really concerns me is that there's a ramp. And I would bet you that there's an altar for sacrifice inside.
So how do you suggest we approach it?
Cautiously.
Right as Karistan saying cautiously, I'm stepping forward with a full-blooded charge. Cautiously. A full-blooded, cautious approach.
So I like to, when people ask me who Orlanth is, the storm god, I'm like, he's kind of like Loki and Thor in that he messes things up and then he fixes them.
Yeah.
He bumbles into shit and then he
Perfect.
all right. So I don't know how many of them there are in there.
Enough to kill.
Try to approach it.
Enough
stealth,
to kill.
or draw them out here. Could get messy if
We could
attack
send
them.
Vasana in with her bison. Since
If
it's a
the
ramp.
cows can get in, my bison absolutely can. And I pat my bison proudly.
That's true.
If there are multiples, try to focus one at a time. I can try to keep the others preoccupied.
Perfect, brother.
And
Once again, we fight side by side.
you know how I abhor armor, so please try to keep me safe, sister.
cast a shield on yourself.
I do not know that one.
Or bring more rope.
I don't think we'll need rope here. Maybe I'll be made a fool. We'll see.
I mean, more of a
Matthias has
fool,
never
but
faced
yes.
a problem that required rope.
He has.
Until
Literally
today.
just asked for it.
Absolutely.
First time for
Yes.
everything.
But in that case, it was merely a convenience.
It's true. We didn't even end up using rope.
I used my rope. You didn't have to use any rope. I have a shield, rune spell. Can I cast that on my brother, or is it a personal only?
The shield spell, is it a spirit magic or a rune spell? I
It's
happen to
under
be
a rune spell, and it says in parentheses bar, which I'm assuming is variant.
Yeah.
variant. Yeah, it's more powerful depending on how many magic points you put into it.
Okay.
And you have the shield spell.
Yes.
I'm gonna look that up right here
Thank you.
because I just happen to be here. Right. This spell protects the wearer from damage. Each point of the shield spell gives the wearer 2 points of magical armor.
Okay.
So the
Uh-huh.
wearer being the it
Whoever.
enhances armor.
Yeah, it has to be you.
It has to be me. Okay. Unfortunate. That's fine.
Hold on. No, it's you can cast it on other people.
Yeah, because it's
Yes.
ranged. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, because it's ranged.
I'm definitely gonna cast it upon my brother, and it says so it's stronger depending on how
What's
many
my
points I
worth
put into it.
Yeah, how many points am I worth to you? This is a big deal.
Well, So so it gives you 2 points of armor and 2 points of counter magic per magic point that you put into it.
I'll put 5 points into it.
That's a big old upgrade. considering-
Might I ask what his
Oh,
ransom is to you as well?
Hold.
I'm just gonna double check here really quick.
Okay. Yeah. I was like, wait a minute. Can I not do this thing? I'm gonna start
You
casting
You
this spell.
do need to roll against your rune to see if you are successful.
This is
if
gonna
you
be
successfully
fine.
channel your
I
god's
won
energy.
so easily. So easily.
Oh, is this a rune spell?
Yeah.
Yes.
Rune spell, yeah.
Nice. That's a lot of rune points. I don't even have that many.
Wait, how many rune points do I have? It doesn't.
Well, it costs 1 rune point. It costs
Plus
1.
magic points.
What magic points?
Yes, sorry.
Okay, yeah, I've got enough magic points then.
Oh, so it's not a rune spell then. It's a spirit spell?
No, it's a rune.
You
a
spell.
rune
can
spell.
you can use magic points toward rune spells.
Oh, that changes
Yeah,
everything.
rune spells and spirit magic are only different in the sense that they come from different places, but you still use magic points to do them.
So what do
Yes.
rune points do then?
So rune points are how many rune spells you know.
Oh, okay. That makes sense then.
So,
So-
all starting characters have 3
Mhm.
points of rune magic.
Very cool.
So again, I start gathering up this air power, and not only is my hair lifting this time, but my cloak is just rippling in this breeze that only is surrounding me. And my eyes begin to glow with like lightning, and I step forward after gathering all this power, and I hold a hand out towards my brother, towards his forehead, and in a deep, godly voice that is not my own, I say, "Step forward." To Matthias.
Yes, sister. Of course.
So chill. He just- and
She
I
does
l-
this every day.
I lay my hand upon your head, and all of this energy around me like leaves me, travels up my arm, and enfolds you. And it's like all of this air pushing out away from you. So anything that comes towards you is going to hit this air shield and deflect another direction.
Now I feel ready for battle.
So before we go,
Yes.
I'm also going to cast a spell. It's going to take an hour to cast.
Oh, okay.
Should you
so
maybe protect
You
me
should
at the
wait.
end
You
of
should
that?
wait to do your thing at the
I'll
end.
wait to do my thing
Yeah.
at the end. Yes, I will.
Aristan's like, would now be a good time to tell you that we need to sit here for an hour.
So I am going to cast the morale spell, the morale rune spell, which, when cast upon any target with intelligence, this increases their chances to hit by half again. So you take your So, for example, an adventurer with a rapier 33 effectively has a rapier 50. So you take half of your skill and add it to your skill.
That's awesome. Since he's casting an hour spell, I went in on the magic party, and I'm going to cast myself a divination. So I'm gonna.
That's
just
my
kinda,
favorite thing.
By the
to
way,
do
everybody
in
has
Dragon Pass.
that effect of the morale spell.
That is so cool. Yeah, I'm gonna get down like on my hands and knees, getting close to the earth, and I'm gonna do a divination for an hour.
Get
which
down
does
with
make-
the earth.
Getting down with the earth again. So
What does
I
that
get-
look like? Because I'm just picturing you laying down and just literally
Bowling
hugging.
like a dog.
I'm like
Just
I'm like
hugging
on
it.
my and hands with like my forehead to the earth, just like very still, just focusing.
You are a rock. You are a
Yes,
rock. You are a
exactly.
rock. I love this.
And the question I would like to ask Ronaldo, the stone lady is what the crazy haunted person.
The stone woman.
Mm.
Stone woman. I'm going to ask my.
She ain't no lady.
I'm going to ask Arnalda if there's anything that we need to be wary of with the stone woman, and she can give me 7 words. So
Okay.
get creative, Tori. Give me the best 7 words. ever.
7 words. Well, first you got to roll.
Right.
Is this a runic spell?
Oh, I hope I'm just.
Got it.
Yeah. No. This. Yeah,
So
this is
roll against your runic affinity.
easy. Don't make me
7
sitting here looking like a rock for nothing. Yeah, that's a success.
Okay.
While she's thinking, I like to
Buy me some time.
I like to when people ask me at booths and things, I'm at conventions, I'm like, what is the difference between RuneQuest and D&D? And I tell them the difference is that every single character in the world, from the fisherman to the prince of Sartar to all of the things, every single character in the world is a 20th level cleric.
Yeah, it's very
That's-
true.
That's the difference. And
That
they're
is
like,
so
oh.
accurate.
I like me some clerics too. It's like this is great.
I like that you can the different cults in Glorantha. You can be an earth goddess follower. You can be a moon goddess follower. You can be a follower of Orlanth, or the god of tricks, or the god of the merchant god Isseries, who's really cool. And it's how you identify. It's what you wear on your sleeve
Mhm.
when you talk to other Gloranthans, and it's really cool.
I've got it. Also, I'm realizing that now forevermore this video will have me counting to 7 several times in my head. But I've got it. I guess I should have asked, does it have to be 7 exactly or just up to 7?
Up to 7.
Okay, well I
Is
picked
what-
7
it's how I
exactly.
interpret it. Good.
Okay, you feel this message and no, you hear it because gods are real and they're right there connected with you.
I hear it
Well,
in
do
the
you want to
earth.
hear it or do you want to like see it in the earth? What you tell me.
Ooh, have like a gust of wind. Have like some words in like.
Oh
this-
yeah. Okay, cool. So the pebbles kind of tremble a bit and the dust shifts and you see script in the earth. And it says, Idrima, daughter of Maran Gore, she hungers. And you
Okay.
would know, at least at a passable level, you would know who Maran Gore is, because she is a god that you recognize.
Oh yeah, she is.
She is known as the Earth Shaker.
Okay, which I imagine is an Arnaldo worshiper is not good. I'm probably against that, or at least respectfully fearful of that.
Probably the respectfully fearful. Maran Gore isn't necessarily bad. I mean, there aren't very many gods that are like inherently bad in your lore, but there are certainly those that are maybe more dangerous and look maybe slightly less favorably upon you. So
She's the reason that there's earthquakes.
yeah. So think of it like a force of nature, you know? It's not like inherently evil, but you probably treat it with a healthy amount of respect.
Very
So,
good. Okay.
Adrima, daughter of Marangor, she hungers, is what you get.
I'm going to stand. I'm going to read that out loud to everybody and not give any other context. And then I'm going to return the favor of my sister shielding me, and I'm going to cast a 2-point absorption on her.
Oh, you guys are so
Yes.
cute. Also, thank you, RPGs Anonymous, for joining us this fine evening.
Hype.
Hey, wait. Am I next on the shield list? Like, no? Okay, cool. No, don't worry about it. It's fine.
Foster's just
That's cool.
standing like, hey guys.
Son of
you got-
Hygiene,
you
take
got-
care of yourself.
Yeah, you got morale
I
from the
will.
duck.
That's true. I did. The only one I like around here.
By the way, an absorption will absorb rune magic or spirit magic, and you have 2 points of it, so 4 points of spirit magic or 2 points of rune magic.
Perfect.
Vostro, my morale spell affects you. Affects
Yes.
everybody.
Okay. And remind me of what that does so I can write it down this time.
You pick a weapon,
Okay.
and you divide your skill in half,
Uh-huh.
and then add that to your skill.
Oh, okay.
So
And you can have over 100% in skills in this game.
Yeah, I'm just eyeballing my 90% broadsword.
wow, I'm terrible with weapons if that's what you're swinging with.
But
I
it
hope
does
you-
to spells too, I think he said. But maybe I'm wrong. Does it do to spells as well? Or just
No, he
weapons?
gives morale. No, it's just weapons.
Okay, that's fine.
Cool. Battle
Get
axe.
wrecked,
Here she is.
Matthias.
There she is, the Earth Shaker.
Oh, awesome.
She's shaking hard, man. Her
I'll read
milkshake's
you-
gonna bring all the Matthias to her yard.
I'll just read you really quick what the description here
Hey.
is. Marangor is the goddess of the earthquake. She represents the destructive side of the Earth Mother. She is worshipped by those who seek carnage and destruction. That is her most precious gift. In the grim regions where she alone is worshipped, Marangor's temples come in all sizes. Commonly, her cult consists of shrines within the temples of her sister goddess, the Earth Shaker.
Earth Shaker. Okay. Sounds friendly. All right. I'm good to go.
As am I.
Okay.
It's like the Tom
Vostor,
Waits.
anything else you want to do?
Oh no, I had a great nap.
Okay. You're all ready to go.
Is anybody like not gonna move quietly? Like, should I move quietly, or is somebody just really loud and it's not even gonna matter here?
I'm guessing the brother and sister combo would probably be the loud ones.
I can be pretty quiet.
Yes,
Well, you know-
you're not the one I'm worried about.
Being a follower of Orlanth Adventurous.
Yeah,
You're
that's
not
not,
very
what I'm
subtle.
about. I am riding a bison that is just announcing its own presence with the heavy clop of its hooves and its deep lowing bellow as we start walking up this ramp.
Can your bison carry 2?
I don't know.
It's
It
a
wasn't-
bison.
It's
Probably-
a bison.
Probably not as quickly. You're probably not going to be sprinting out of here with 2 people, but
That's fine. I'll allow my brother to ride behind me.
I'm on that bison with my battle axe and shield drawn.
Perfect.
okay. Let's see here. All right, so you guys are just marching up there.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think charging is more appropriate.
Yeah.
I'm going to Karistan is going to stay behind and take out his bow and cover the charging Orlanthi.
Perfect.
Okay, Vostor, are you charging along with them?
Come along, son of Pride Gene. Prove yourself in battle.
Yes, I will walk along this charge.
I'm gonna
are
get
you,
like
I'm sorry, are you part of the cult of the Seven Mothers?
Yes.
Okay, I thought so.
Yes, I am.
What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
I will tell you. I'll tell you the story later.
Okay, that's fair. Let's do this.
But
gonna
in
get cult-
in a very quick nutshell, it's the 7 humans who brought the moon back to life.
Oh,
Hmm.
that's
Okay.
very cool.
It is my highest rune.
Moon, which means you're really good at magic.
Very nice.
Probably should have done that by now. That's okay.
No, it's
No.
fine. Well, you don't want to use your lunar magic in front of us. Just joking.
I'm gonna get cold feet and change to my bow halfway.
Welcome to the club, pal.
Yeah.
Okay. So you are charging up,
Yeah.
and you've got your. Do you have a sword? Is that
Yeah,
what you have?
broadsword.
Yeah, you've got your broadsword ready. You're charging. It's really cool and epic. You're preparing your battle cry, and
it's prepared.
you charge right up to the ruins. You go up the ramp that kind of winds around the hill, and nobody meets you.
Is there a shrine with butchered cattle around it?
There is a tower in the center of these ruins.
I look about and I turn accusatorily towards Karistan. Karistan,
What?
where is my battle?
Why don't you make a listen check?
I'm not listening, I'm shouting.
Okay, then maybe let's have Matthias
I'll
make
listen.
a listen check.
Bolster's
yeah?
like me. I can make a listen check.
I succeed.
Okay. Over Vasana's shouting, you hear the lowing of cattle coming from near the tower. You can't really see because there's still like ruins and it's kind of maze-like up here, but you hear the sounds of cattle coming from the direction of the tower. And you also hear what sounds like maybe chanting.
Chanting and cattle that way, sister.
Onward! And I dig my heels back into my bison and it lurches with a bellow and we go towards the tower.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a...
You just tell me, I'll roll all the dice.
Yeah, I believe it. Actually, no. Matthias is able to lead you through
Okay.
because he's picked up on this sound and is kind of pointing you which way to turn and whatnot.
What does that
you
look
know,
like? Left! Right! Left again!
Exactly.
Okay.
you notice as you're getting more into the ruins and closer to the tower, these avenues are getting narrower. And while your bison can still fit, you think it's going to take some pretty... It would be difficult to do full combat on your bison in this area.
It's okay. Well, we're gonna bear with it for now and see what happens when we get there.
Yeah, that's fine. Just as a skilled rider, you would recognize these kinds of circumstances.
Yes.
Pastor, are you back with me?
Oh, yes, I would not have participated in the second charge.
Kirsten, you
Son
have
of
not
hygiene.
seen anyone meet this charge.
I would have pulled out my bow as well, just if that has anything to do with anything in the future soon.
Yeah, I don't like this. I will tell Vostor, I don't like this.
Nor do I. This seems too convenient and too quiet.
What languages do you two know, Kirsten and Vostor? Well, let me just, do either of you, well, no, I guess you guys all speak.
So there's a
Do
trade
you all
talk.
speak
There's
Thalen?
a common trade talk.
Mm-hmm.
Which language do you want?
Thalen.
I have a read, write, Thalen, 30%.
Me too. Mine's 10% though.
What about Kirsten and Vostor?
Not me.
Nope.
Okay. Matthias,
What?
I'll give you this opportunity because I think Vasana's charging. She's not paying attention to these kinds of things. But
Oh,
Matthias, you're listening. This is stuff on the wall,
okay.
Vasana. So you are you're looking dead ahead for enemies. You're ready to fight.
Sure.
And Matthias, you are not worrying about navigating with a bison. So why don't you give me a read check for Thalen?
Yeah, that's probably not going to happen, but here we go.
You could augment if you want to.
Uh-oh. Matthias, brother, you have frozen!
Oh, he got lost
don't-
in the world of the gods. No, okay, he's back.
No, it's not. That's not a face of somebody who's back.
That's true. Well,
He's working on one of every 3 words there.
Yes.
It's taking a second.
he's
Am I
studying really hard. Are you back?
I think so. I've never left from my perspective.
Okay. I think you're back. You seem
Okay.
solid. Go ahead and make your roll. Yeah.
Oh, it's real bad. It's a fumble.
Oh no.
I got a 99.
Not only does he not read it, he reads it wrong.
Yeah.
Wow.
You recognize this as old Thalen, and you think that it's telling the story of a it looks like some kind of herding goddess.
Okay.
Herding as in like herding cattle.
Yeah, I'm confidently like telling you all about this.
Brother, I don't like this.
It's boring, nothing of interest.
There is not yet blood upon my sword. Where are they? And I'm just...
So
you
we're
finally
in close quarters now, is that right?
Yeah, it's it's almost like getting narrower and narrower as you're winding closer to this tower. And now you kind of are right at the cusp of the tower. You see adjacent to the tower is I've lost the word. Where you keep cattle.
A pen?
Yeah.
Corral?
A corral. Thank you.
Welcome.
A corral adjacent to the tower. And you do indeed see some of the cattle there. And you hear this chanting coming from inside the tower.
Okay. Can my bison fit inside the tower?
Yeah, you're just going straight,
Yeah, I'm
straight
just
to
going-
the tower.
I'm gonna say, hold, sister. I think we should get our friends with us before we enter the tower.
Betrayed, she looks from you to her bloodless sword and reluctantly pulls her bison to a stop.
Karistan, boss door.
Yes.
Into the tower. Join us. I'm
You
gonna
two are
shout out real loud.
So,
making your way
Vostar,
through.
as we get closer, I grab onto your. I'm walking. I will be walking beside you, and I'll say, "Stay still," and I will grab your belt, and I'll hop up onto your shoulders.
Of course. I'm sure we've done this in the past.
I'm sure we have.
Yep. Let's go.
I have my bow drawn, so I have more of a. I've got a tower. Got a siege tower.
I have my bison. He has his son of Pygeme.
I'd bet on us.
I'm gonna keep my bow aimed at like the entrance of the tower while we wait for them.
Okay. You guys all catch up. Vostor and Karistan, you notice as you are making your way up a bit slower than the bison riders, that the walls are occasionally set into the walls are skulls of animals, such as cattle and other animals native to this area. But there are also some that strike you as more exotic looking and not from around here. Not necessarily alien, but just not ones you instantly recognize.
No trolls, though.
No, all very
like
clearly
trolls.
animals.
Yeah, I don't
Yes.
like trolls.
No
No
troll skulls
trolls.
to be found.
Okay, that's good.
You
I have-
guys all make it in front of the tower. You are gathered together. You hear
And there's
this-
chanting coming from inside the tower?
Mhm.
Did so part of the walls around the tower were ruined, so I saw the tower, right?
Correct. Yep.
But none of the walls around the tower, none of the tower has collapsed.
The very top is crumbling a bit, but not in a way that you can see inside.
I
And
don't-
actually, Vasana, as you shout toward your companions for them to catch up to you, you hear the chanting cut off.
Oh crap!
Oh, so excited.
Leave it to
Come
those two.
upon my broadsword, and I look back at my brother. Brother, we are gathered here today to lay waste to our enemies.
I'm gonna get nervous and cast another spell on myself.
But again, my bison starts to slowly clop forward. Soon we will see justice brought upon these people. We will arrive victorious in battle. We will prevail. And as I'm like starting to shout, my bison picks up speed and we're just go flying into this tunnel.
You're just
I'm
going
gonna-
crashing through the door.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull like a purple crystal out of my pocket on a necklace and put it around my neck, and I'm gonna cast multi-spell on myself. I critically succeeded. It's a rune spell. Does that do anything on a critical success?
Yes, you on a crit success you don't spend
And the magic
points.
point.
Nice, freebie.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that a rune spell or is that a
It's a rune spell.
multi-spell?
On a
Uh-huh.
rune spell you get the points back.
Yep.
Because you're just channeling your god. Okay,
Yes, indeed.
so you go bursting through the doors. Your bison just plows into them with its great bison horns, and they go flying away. And you find yourself standing, well, charging into a large chamber. There is an altar of sorts in the middle, covered with a bloody bull that has been flayed and skinned and, you know, all of that grotesque stuff, although pretty typical in your culture.
Yep.
You also see behind the altar there is a like 10-foot high, or like 3-ish meters for my friends who use meters, statue of of this woman that Karistan has described, with really grotesque features, very exaggerated. The statue, the altar and the statue are covered and kind of stained with blood and gore, and it just smells like blood in this room. You also see against one wall are 3 people slumped against the wall. They are covered in blood. It looks like their throats were cut, and their garments are drenched with blood. And you see one final person attempting to cower behind the altar, but you spot him instantly.
Yes, of course I do. I lay a hand upon my bison's head as he huffs in absolute disapproval of what has been done to his bovine brethren.
Nice alliteration.
Yes. We will have our vengeance, bison. And we charge.
Okay.
Can I swap to my lance for this attack?
Sure. You can
Cool.
swap. Now we are entering combat.
Dun dun dun.
So there's 4 people in here, right? One's cowering and there's 3 others.
There are
3 dead
3
ones.
slumped against the wall covered in blood,
Oh, okay. They
who
look
appear to
dead.
have had their throats slit.
Okay,
might
so
not be
just
dead yet,
one
but-
person then.
Did we hear multiple voices chanting or just one voice chanting?
Just one.
Okay.
All right.
Yes. So altar, bloody cow on the altar, person hiding behind the altar, big stone woman statue behind the altar as well,
Perfect.
and then dead people against the wall. Okay, so we do strike ranks, which we have not dabbled with yet.
This-
So here's the fun part. So you are charging
Okay.
and you have your lance. What is your lance's strike rank?
Okay, remind me how to determine this.
It should just be on your
Your weapon has a
Weapon.
strike rank.
Okay, 6.
Okay. Da. So actually, sorry, I forgot. Step 1 of combat is we all declare intent.
Because we all
Yes.
act together.
Yes. So each round is happening kind of simultaneously. So we will declare our intent and then resolve the actions in the order according to the strike rank.
I
So
want
you
to
have-
charge this person, have my bison trample him, and I would like to stab him with my lance. That is my intent, is to totally wreck this guy's day. I want him to not have a good day any longer.
Totally wreck day. Okay. Although he is cowering, he does look prepared for a fight.
Only fools are not
he is
prepared
brandishing
for a
a
fight.
weapon. I imagine, I mean, the rest of you, is your intent to charge in? Are you going to shoot the bow? What are you guys going to do?
I'm on the bison with her.
That's
What's this?
right. I forgot.
I guess I'm in this. What's the floor made of?
Stone.
Okay. So my intent is going to be to summon an earth elemental.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to summon a medium earth elemental.
Okay. Vostor and Karistan, what are your intents?
We're both unleashing an arrow.
At the what appears to be the priest.
The cowering one. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Very
Sir
good.
Chancelot. I'm sorry.
So, okay. So you are running up. Every 3 meters moved adds 1 to your strike rank. And are you using charge? Like, okay. So you need to move at least 20 meters, which
From outside to this person is 20?
we'll say that. Yeah, sure.
Perfect.
We'll say that works. You can
Awesome.
charge. I guess you aren't moving, your bison is.
But it says on my bison sheet that when we are charging with the bison, I use my bison's damage bonus, not my own, with a lance.
Yes. Okay, that's
Okay.
true.
Okay.
So if you need to know, if you have your book, the strike ranks are on page 193.
Oh.
Yes. Indeed. Okay. I'm wondering, John, do you know if the bison's movement adds to the strike rank according to the movement modifier?
Oh, that's a good question.
I feel like it would.
I think it would
because you're
too.
charging into range. So add 2 to your strike rank.
A
I think.
mount or chariot carrying an adventurer engaged in melee can move at its normal movement rate unless the mount itself directly engages in combat. Such a warhorse. Yeah, that is okay. Yeah, so it adds to the strike rank.
Okay, so add
The
2 to
mine
your
as well,
strike
I
rank.
imagine. Yeah.
Yes,
You're
probably.
here for the ride, buddy.
Yeah. Okay, and then Karistan and Vostor, you guys are both just firing off a shot. So you should both have strike ranks for your bows.
Yep.
2.
Ooh.
All right.
Excellent. Okay, let me find this guy's thingamajig.
Tell me your strike rank, sir.
My total strike rank is going to be. I take my my dex strike rank, which is 2, plus my size strength rank, which is 2. So that gives me a strike rank of 6, I think.
You'd miss.
Same.
Okay.
Mine is
So-
5. Everything considered.
Oh yeah, because are you doing is the elemental a runic thing?
Yeah.
Okay. So we've got 5, 2 6s. You ended up at 8, M?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And then whoever has the lowest strike rank goes first, and it goes up from there.
Yes. Okay, so you charge in, you guys ready your bows, and coming up first will be Matthias summoning his earth elemental.
Yeah, so I'm gonna grab that like necklace on that stone on my necklace, and just start doing like a little incantation thing to the earth, and the stone is gonna kind of crackle and ripple, and this like stone snake is gonna form out of it and start slithering towards this guy. I don't know if the elemental acts right now or if it acts the next turn because I just summoned it. It ends up being a creature that enters. And
I
battles for
think
me.
it'll take effect on strike rank 1 of the next round.
Cool. Awesome. So yeah, so it's just gonna be this big stone snake that's gonna start hissing.
Unless it has its own strike rank.
That's a good question. Let me tell you. I mean, it has a size and a dex, but it doesn't
So
mention
maybe
the
it
strike
factors into the strike rank. of the next round.
It makes sense to me to attack on the next round. 'Cause I
Okay,
think
Yeah.
we'll call
bringing
it that.
to
We'll give
life
it a
this
strike
turn.
rank on the next round.
Cool.
So it is being summoned. What is it? Oh, it's a snake that like slithers out of
Yeah.
the earth.
And it's a medium one, so it's like a person-sized snake that's gonna
Woo, that's
crunch it and
that's
hit the
scary.
stone. Yeah.
Don't want to be running into any of those. Okay. Now we've got our bowman.
Yep.
Our arrows flying through the air, and he is under. He does have some cover. I'm trying to track down those rules.
You can just do a real quick thing that it just, subtracts 20 from our skill or something like that.
Yeah, I was thinking probably something like that. So go ahead and make the check at a negative 20% to the chance you have
Cool.
of making it.
Let's see. My bow is. I didn't do. I added all the bonuses, but I didn't add them up. So I gotta do math.
Math time.
Remember your morale.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
That means I have a 60% chance of hitting him.
Okay.
And I rolled an aught. So I rolled a 00.
Ooh,
I fumbled.
that's not so good.
That's not so good.
It's not so good.
Karstan.
I think. Gosh, I'm trying to. I guess.
think
you know
I
what,
fell-
Vasana.
I think I may have fallen off of Vostor.
Oh yeah, I forgot you were sitting on top of him. Yeah, I think that's what happens. And I'll say you drop your bow on the way down because you hit with a crash and your bow comes clattering down.
Cursed
Next to
earthquake
you.
goddess.
Yes. Vostor, how did you do as this duck falls off of you?
You said it was at a minus 20.
Yeah, your
is that
chance
before or
at a -1.
after the morale?
Does the morale apply first, or does the morale apply to the adjusted
Yeah, the morale
chance?
applies first, and then you subtract.
There you go.
Okay. So I got a 40. The composite bow. I'm good. I
Okay.
got a 40 over 55.
Now you roll a d20. See where you hit him.
Or if you got one of these.
I wish I had something so fancy.
Rub it in. Rub it in. Nat 20.
Okay. Oh wow, that's really good. You hit him in the head.
I mean, it's probably the only thing poking out, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. How much damage do you do? He is wearing a helmet, so
So I did 7.
nice. Okay. I've got to track his.
So just to give you all good
Jeez.
perspective, I have 5 hit points in my head. And he did 7,
So
Oh.
lucky he's wearing a helmet.
He
and
is
lucky
wearing a helmet.
which is going to subtract from the amount of damage he takes.
Yeah.
Probably
Yes.
2 points. Is that what a helmet does?
He actually has 4 armor on his head.
4 armor. Okay, he's got a good helmet.
Yes. But you did still do damage. Because that's 3 left over. Nice hit. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Vasana.
Yes. Awesome. Okay, so I'm charging forward. I'm going to try and hit. I add I don't have morale on this one because I put it on my broadsword, not my lance.
Okay.
I almost rolled a d20 out of habit, but that is not correct.
No, wrong game.
I succeeded, but barely. Okay. Now
Yeah, you do roll your d20.
Now I do remind. Well, no, I don't actually,
Oh.
because I am on a bison, which means I can only hit the top half of people.
So a d10.
So
plus
it's a
10.
d10 plus 10. Yeah. 18.
Okay, you got his left arm.
Oh, okay, awesome. And now I'm going to do my bison's damage, which is 2d10 plus 3d6.
Yep.
Wow.
Mounted. It's the knight. The mounted knight was the Sherman tank of the medieval era.
Oh, I rolled so bad. Okay, 17 damage.
rolled so bad.
That's
I
bad.
rolled 2 1s and a 2 out of all of my options.
My goodness.
Does
Okay.
it have a leg? Was it an arm anymore?
His
Left
arm.
A left
Yeah, let
arm?
me see. You rolled 17 damage, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't have
me-
an arm anymore.
Gets shot in the head, raises left arm. Gone.
Feels lucky about the arrow in his head, loses the arm.
I
For
survived.
real. Yeah, I think you do his arm just gets torn clean off.
It's on my lance, and I raise it like a trophy.
So you have to be so gory, sister.
Oh my goodness. Wow, he got wrecked. Okay. He is still alive, barely. And he is crazy, as we have established. So he's going to take a desperate swing at you, Vasana, with his broadsword.
Miss.
Oh, you successfully cursed him, Karistan. He did miss. He
Nice,
had a 75% chance.
I didn't curse him.
The gods did.
It was predetermined by the gods.
Yes, he swings desperately. You can tell this is his off arm. He was a lefty all along, and
Salute him with his own arm.
For sure, Humaki.
and you back on up. However, forming a also kind of scattered around the ground are various animal skulls that Karistan and Vastor, you guys, this looks familiar, you know, it kind of matches up with the ones you saw on the walls. But you see suddenly rising up from beneath these animal skulls are let me start over. These animal skulls begin to rise as figures step up like inside of them, and they are lithe and they appear to be made of like almost like fleshy vines or twigs and things like that. They are certainly not humanoid, and they are wearing these skulls as their heads.
That doesn't look good.
They rise up and they're just standing at the moment.
I laugh. Join us, brethren. Let's take him down. I don't know if they're my brethren, but I'm
I
calling
don't think there are
upon
brethren,
them
sister.
to join me in my battle.
All right, it is now the next round.
Well, not exactly.
Oh.
The way that strike ranks work is that
True. That's true. It goes all the way up to 12.
you can keep taking actions until they add up to 12 strike ranks.
You are correct. I forgot. We are currently at strike rank 8. But you guys who, Matthias and Karistan and Vastor, you could potentially...
I'm going to get up.
That makes sense.
May I swap weapons?
Yes.
How does that work? John, your name is John, not Karistan.
Swapping weapons is like an action point.
Cool.
Yeah.
So
So you
know,
can swap
Awesome.
at strike rank 9.
So we keep going until 12, and then
Until
we
12.
Then we re-roll strike, or we redo strike ranks.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So we can do another action when it comes back to us up until 12, and then we resort.
So casting spells is 1. It costs 1 strength rank per magic point that you use.
Okay, gotcha.
So I'm going to pull my sword, and I am going to cast True Sword, which is a Humocked rune spell. Because I am the sword of Humocked. I am the sword of justice. I am the sword of death. I am the sword of inevitability.
Oh, awesome.
So that's
Okay.
what I'm going to do. This is Dallas, by the way.
I've been
He's
staring
such
at
a
your cat.
We adopted him. He came with that name. It's just a coincidence. He's named after the captain of the Nostromo, an alien. But it's a bonus.
Yeah, works out.
Okay, are you guys... So, Karistan, you've done your thing. Matthias, are you doing anything else on any other strike ranks? Or Vostor?
I would be pulling out another arrow, I
Okay.
guess.
At
Reloading.
strike rank 12, he's going to try in a last-ditch effort to throw his javelin at you, Vasana.
Right here. Try it.
He will. He's going to.
He's going to fail. I hope. I pray. I wonder.
He actually succeeds.
Ugh, come at me.
You can you can dodge
I would
if
love
you
to dodge.
want to. I don't know. How
Does
dodging
broadsword?
works on
Okay. Broadswords don't have the parry action. Can I not parry this?
them.
How do I know if something has the parry?
Can you
option?
parry a javelin? I know you can't parry all projectiles.
You can't. I could look up the rule, or you could.
I think I read
sure,
this
parry it.
earlier.
You can
Parry it?
parry it. Oh,
All
what do you know, Chase?
I think that it said with any sort of like range, you have to
Thrown.
have a shield and you can't parry.
Oh.
You have to shield, even if it's in melee range.
Oh, is it melee range? I guess. Yeah, I guess. I'm not
That's
sure.
true. I guess he's not really throwing it because you guys are in melee range. So he's just kind of like poking you with
Heh.
it. So you can parry.
Okay, I will parry. Remind me how to parry.
It's a contested roll. So what you have to do is you have to roll higher than him, but under your skill.
Okay. I rolled an 80. What did you roll?
Is that under your skill?
Yeah, my skill is above 100 with my lovely friend Karastan's
Oh, that's
spell
right.
upon me.
You so good. You rolled an 80.
I rolled an 80.
Okay, you are successful.
Oh yeah, he comes at me with that and I'm still laughing. I'm not done laughing, but he interrupts me and I smash his javelin out of the way and I glare at him. I was not done yet. And I throw back my head and continue laughing.
How
as we
many
go
hit
into the
points
next-
does your sword have currently?
12.
Okay, so okay, that is not going to exceed your weapon's hit points, so it does not pass any damage to you.
Awesome.
Okay, now it is the next round, and we do strike rank again.
Okay.
We declare intentions again.
We declare intent. Yes. So for these creatures, they seem ready to fight, but they are not. They don't seem to be immediately taking offensive actions.
Okay.
This guy seems crazy and like he's going to go out fighting. And those are their intents.
Which is kind of rare in Runequest, right? Like most things want to live, but this guy doesn't seem to have like a will to live. Is that right? Am I interpreting that correctly?
He seems like he is maybe not in his right mind.
Okay.
My elemental's intent is to go coil around one of those viney skull creatures.
Okay.
I'm going to point at one of those and say, be bound to the earth. And then my intent for myself is going to be to cast Befuddle on another one of them that my elemental is not going to coil around.
Okay.
I'm
So
gonna
that's
shoot
my-
the crazy guy.
Okay.
My
Karistan?
intent-
Oh, go ahead,
sorry.
Sana.
No, it's okay. Karistan.
What is closer to me, these skull things or the crazy priest person?
Probably the skull things because they are they're kind of in a semicircle facing you guys. So you're closest to one of them on the edge.
All right, I will attack one of those crazy skull plant people.
I see you drawing your bow towards one. I'd say, shoot that one.
He's
one
got
that
his
I'm-
sword out.
Have my sword out.
Okay.
It is
Stab
time to
that
be
one.
the sword of Humocht.
And Vasana.
Vasana is intending to slash this proper words, this guy with her broadsword.
Okay.
So she wants to try and kill him.
Okay. Vostor, you're still shooting with your bow? Is that what you said?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you'll have the same strike rank.
Yes, 6.
What is the strike rank of your elemental, Matthias?
3, if I'm understanding it correctly. No, 4, because it's medium.
That sounds about right.
Okay.
My strike rank is... Oh, that's unfortunate. My strike rank is going to be 6 again.
Okay.
Mine is 7.
My personal strike rate is going to be 5 again for the befuddle.
Okay.
How do I tell for my mount?
I don't want to worry about it. We'll say he can go with you.
Okay, cool.
Okay, and then he has that. Okay. Then I've got to pull up for these little things. Well, they're not that little.
I'm not gonna fumble this time.
I believe in you, Karstan.
Okay, great. So first, he will stab at you with his javelin once more, Vasana.
Okay.
He's going.
And I can try and parry again.
Yes. He did. He was successful. This
9.
time.
Oh, nope. That's 19. I was really hoping it was going to be 90 something, but it's 19.
Okay, so you got under your skill, but you did not get above him.
Okay.
So you did not successfully parry. And he hits you for only 3 damage. That was a very sad hit for him.
Where?
Oh, that's right. D20. I get to do this now. So I rolled the damage, and he is gonna hit. He rolled a 6 for the location.
6 is left leg. It does nothing to me. It merely scratches across my armor.
Your armor. Excellent. It is now the elemental is up.
Okay, the elemental. I don't think it makes an attack roll. I think it just happens, if I understand it correctly. Yeah, so a medium elemental can swallow a victim up to the neck, covering the chest and abdomen as well as the legs. After burying the victim, the earth elemental closes up a pit, doing its damage modifiers damage to all hit locations engulfed.
Yep, you roll a d6.
Wowzers.
You do a d6 for all locations.
Okay, so
And
legs,
child.
abdomen, and chest. So it's just the snake's gonna go coil around it and like start swirling stone up around it, and then just like crush it inwards. And then it can't move unless it makes like a strength roll against the elemental.
Okay.
So that's 4 damage to all those locations.
Okay. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. I was like, whoa, that's very strong. But I was looking at a different one. 4 damage to each location.
Mm-hmm.
Each of the
legs, abdomen, chest.
Got it. Legs, abdomen, chest. Okay, very good. Yeah, this thing gets crunched, as Vostor says. And actually, it just kind of disintegrates in your elemental snake's grasp and just kind of crumbles, and the skull goes clattering to the earth once more. And it is now Vostor and... No, sorry, Matthias. And then Vostor and Karistan, you guys will go next.
Okay, so I critically succeed on my spell again, but this one's a spirit magic, so this one I don't get the point back, right?
Correct.
Okay, so that is the target is confused and can only defend until actually attacked.
Okay.
So I'm doing that
So
one.
you're doing that on the dude?
On one,
On the
on one of the
on the skull and viney thing. I don't. Yeah.
one of the skull and viney things. Okay.
Uh-huh. Ideally, the one that it looks like Karistan is not about to stab.
Okay. Another skull viney thing.
Mhm.
There's 6 of them, right?
Yes.
All right.
Oh,
Karistan and Vostor,
6.
you guys are now striking.
Vostor, you go first.
Sounds good. Ooh, that's a 3.
That's a crit.
Wow. You do so much damage. You are
Yes.
gonna kill this guy. Go
Let's
ahead and roll
see.
your hit location.
A 12.
12. Okay. You get his right arm. No, you get his chest. That's so fitting.
Ah, perfect.
All right. He's gonna keel over and die. Would you like to describe it?
Yes. So the last thing, he just stabbed Vasana with
He
his
tried.
spear?
Yeah,
He
with
tried.
his javelin.
It's
And he
merely scratched
against your
across.
armor.
Yeah.
Perfect. Just as it's starting to scratch, you feel a whooshing of air right past your left ear as a arrow plants itself neatly into the chest of this crazy priest, expelling the air out of his lungs as he gives a nice little final gasp.
Yes, and his javelin goes clattering to the ground as he slumps backward.
Wouldn't it be funny if Asana thought, "Good old Karastan"?
Right?
Oh
That came
my
from behind.
god,
Oh, he probably, yeah.
that would be hilarious.
Once again, as always. That's fine.
Speaking of good old Karastan, you are up.
All right. I have true sword on my sword, which means that I do double damage if I hit.
Oof.
And I'm going to hit this time because I rolled a 37.
Excellent.
And I have a 95 sword skill.
You guys are so good at fighting.
I'm Humocked. That's what we do.
Makes sense.
All right, so he's going to do double damage. He does a d6 plus 1, so he's going to do 2d6 plus 2. He doesn't have a side. He doesn't have a damage bonus because he's not very big. But actually, let me roll the hit location die.
Excellent.
Head.
Oh, nice. Okay, how much damage?
All right. That'll be 12 points of damage to the head.
You strike this skull clean through, and for good reason. You with your excellent fighting insight and prowess, it seems like most of the power and magic is coming through the head of these creatures. So you go right for it, and as you slash through the skull and send it splintering, the rest of the creature crumbles back into the earth.
I will shout, "Go for the head! Go for the skull!"
Indeed. And now, Vasana, you no longer have a melee target, but there are other skull twig creatures.
Well, I can move, right?
Yes.
My bison, I nudge my bison forward, leaving the body of my enemy behind, for it would be dishonorable to hack into bits. And I move onwards towards my next target.
Okay, I think you are still going to go before this thing's strike rank. So
awesome. I'm going to roll to hit then. Broadsword out. I succeed. Does that parry? Does it have a parry option?
It does not.
Okay, so I rolled low, so that would have been good for it. I'm just gonna roll my d20 to see where I hit it. I nat 20'd. Tell me I got this head, because Karastan told me to go for the head.
You did get the head. You guys are rolling like champs.
Oh yes.
The gods bless you.
Apparently this system behooves me.
We had to get the critical fumble out of the way. I was willing to take that hit.
Karastan, you are a hero among ducks.
Oh,
And men.
I bet you say that to all the ducks.
Ugh, only this duck. And I rolled 7, 8, 9 damage upon this skull.
Yeah, okay, same thing. You strike it clean through, and it goes crumbling.
It shatters. How many more are left?
There are 3 currently.
Are they within range of my bull for it to headbutt?
you could move up to another one.
Okay, I will. We'll be like heading. I'll see that I'm smashing through this one, and I'll immediately nudge my bison onwards. And so we like swerve and head to the other, and
Okay.
it will headbutt.
It is going to go on the same strike rank as these things.
Okay.
So let me think about this in my head. You guys killed the one with the snake. Then Karistan killed one. Foster, you're standing back shooting arrows. Matthias, you cast some
one.
magic. You confused one. And
Another one in a pit.
yes. Okay, so there are two that would attack at this time.
All right.
And they will go for we'll just spread it out a little bit. One is by Vasana, and we'll say one is by Karistan.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm gonna roll my attack at the same time.
Not
Does my bull also get the morale boost, Sir Karistan?
That's a good
Your-
question.
Does it have intelligence?
It's a trained cavalry bison.
I would be generous in John's Glorantha. The bison riders, bisons, and like all the rider people, I would say that their steeds would count as would count for this spell.
I feel like animal.
Because that's kind of
Sure.
epic.
I'm
right?
good with that.
Then I exactly get it.
Nice.
Bison has magic points.
It does. That's true.
That's a magical bison.
Excellent. Okay. So you hit with the bison. Yeah, as this thing swings, it does hit you.
Do I get to parry it?
You
I'm so
can.
sorry.
You can try to parry it. Yeah.
I got a 5%. So
So
Can I
a critical
critically
parry.
parry.
Yes, you can attempt to do damage back.
I would love to attempt to do damage back. How do I do that?
Let me.
You make
pull
an
that up.
attack roll.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I think you just return.
I got it. Also because of my wonderful duck friend giving me morale boosts.
Okay, so go ahead and roll your damage.
For myself or my bison first?
Both.
Okay. I'll just roll it together. Yeah, let me just get enough dice out here.
This thing is attacking you with its other arm too. Both
And-
of these claws are coming at you at the same time.
6. The ones that are coming at me?
Yes.
The one that I parried?
It has two arms.
Oh, okay.
Two claws.
And I can only parry once, but I can shield multiple times.
Well, you can parry multiple times, but I don't think you can parry multiple times on the same strike rank.
Okay, that's fair. 1, 2, 3. 2 of those. I need to add a D8 and a D4. Okay, I'm rolling 3D6, 2D10, a D8, and a D4.
Spoiler alert, you're gonna crumble this thing. I
What?
think.
I'm shocked, I tell you. So many 5s. I'm just not even gonna total it up. It's so
Go-
much damage.
All the fives.
All the
fives.
fives.
All the way down.
Well, actually, go ahead and roll a hit location just to see where this is
Oh,
going.
yes, obviously. My bad. I got another nat 20.
Yeah, you've got the strategy down.
Karistan teaches all.
Go for the skull.
As you stab through, you guys like run into each other and this thing claws at you and you parry one and then bam, get it in the skull and your bison charges it and the claw does catch you though. The other claw, I should say, for 8 damage.
Where?
Gosh, I am not accustomed to the hit location thing either. I rolled a 9. So
9 is
that
going
is
to be
abdomen?
my. Oh yeah, abdomen. You're right. I only have 3 armor there. Ouch. Okay. I only have 4 health, so I am like gravely wounded. I don't know how that works. He maxed out a location.
How many hit points do you have left in your abdomen?
None.
None? Then you are incapacitated.
I'm incapacitated.
Yes, this thing's claws
Okay.
just go plunging into your abdomen.
I was so bent on killing it and blocking one attack that the other one just got me.
But it was really epic looking.
Yeah, I mean, Runequest, it gave with one hand and it took with the other. That's for sure.
Okay, Karistan, this other thing is going for you.
Bring it.
And it is going to land its one claw. Would you like to dodge or parry or
I will
anything?
dodge.
Okay.
What is my dodge?
It's going to land both claws.
All right. Oh, I gotta add up my dodge really quick. 75. Oh, my dodge is really good. Yeah, my dodge is like 100. So let me. I gotta roll higher.
Okay, don't
than that.
fumble.
Yeah, don't fumble. Yeah. So what? Oh shit!
Oh no! Did you fumble?
I did not. I did
Okay.
not fumble. But I did roll a 90.
Okay.
I looked at it and went 90, and I was like, oh no.
Okay, mine was not a critical or a well, no, it wasn't a special either.
All right.
So it's just a normal dodge versus a normal attack, so you successfully dodge, right? Okay.
Because the way it works is that crits beat normal beats fail.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Like that.
Okay.
It's like Pendragon.
It does land the other attack though, and hits you for
Come on.
Six at your right leg.
Oh, that's good because I have 3 points of armor there and 5 hit points, so I'm still okay.
Your duck leg is still intact.
My
Just a
duck leg
flesh
is still
wound.
intact. It's
Or
just
a feather wound.
a feather.
You guys also hear, well, in addition to Vasana like gasping as this thing stabs her in the gut, you see the statue of the stone woman start to move and stir, and you hear a deep voice echo in the chamber in a language I don't imagine you guys speak. Let's see.
Probably not.
Challenge accepted.
Oh boy, where is it? Earth tongue. Any of you speak Earth tongue?
Earth
I guess
speech?
Ernalda might.
Is it Earth speech?
Your speech, yeah.
Yeah.
I speak Earth speech.
Oh, excellent. Okay, so you understand this. And you hear her voice and she says, I awaken, I hunger, I have slept for far too long, I thirst for blood and offerings. Will you bring me more?
Vostor, bring her the corpse of the deranged man.
Brother, do we want to? Oh wait, I'm bleeding out.
You're unconscious. I'm bringing you back next round.
Yes.
Wait, you want me to go to the big angry thing?
She wants a blood offering.
We are at
He's not
strike
serving
rank
any other
9.
purpose?
Is anybody doing anything
I
in
saved
the
your
last?
sister's life, but no,
Does
you're
that mean
not
I
doing
could-
anything.
Does that mean I can do something with like 3 strike rank or?
Yes.
Yeah, healing's too much. Can my elemental do its thing?
What, it was on strike rank 3 or no
Mhm.
4? Yeah.
4, right? Oh yeah. It's
I guess
4,
it would have
sorry.
acted on a previous strike rank is how it would have done. So yeah, it can go attack another thing.
Yeah, I guess I'll have it go get the one that's on Karistan.
Okay.
And then it coils around it. It can do the attack again, it looks like, as long as it's in a different location. And I imagine that's in a different spot than the last one that crumbled.
Yeah. We'll
Okay.
just kind of hand wave and say you're able to crumple this thing too. They don't have many hit points really.
Did 6 points to everything, so yeah, I rolled max.
So since I am liberated from this thing,
Mhm.
I'm going to limp over to Vasana, spend a magic point, and heal her abdomen 1 hit point.
Woo.
Ooh, okay.
Nice.
If we had ended that round with me incapacitated, what would have happened?
It gets bad,
Bad.
Gets bad quick.
especially abdomen and chest.
Yeah.
Abdomen and chest and head is really bad.
Okay.
The
Okay.
god of death.
So go
the
ahead and
god
roll
of mercy.
against your power.
Oh, that's
Hopefully it
right.
works.
Oh.
Dun, 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 dun.
46. So yes.
Woo!
All right.
Vasana is saved. You are clutching to life.
I was
Didn't-
starting to like tip off of my bison, and then duck hands came out of nowhere. And she grabs handfuls of fur and pulls herself back upright.
Didn't the god of death send me to protect you?
Perhaps. And I will feed him more bodies. And I look up to this statue that is starting to move and breathe and speak.
That is a goddess.
Oh.
Yes.
I believe we just need to give it a sacrifice.
Yes, I'm on my way.
Bostor's
Got the tummy. Yes.
Son of Pyjim!
Hey, I'm not the one getting my guts ripped out. I can only save you so many times.
She's like trying to count on her fingers 0 times.
One.
All right. These creatures have kind of stirred at her voice and seem now like they are merely standing guard. Like they are taking a more passive stance.
It's only
they
one
don't-
left and it's confused.
Oh, that's true. I forgot. Yeah, you guys destroyed both of those. Yeah. So there's one left and it's confused. So it is not taking.
Does it hurt itself in
offensive action.
confusion?
This isn't Pokemon.
Wow.
I just picked the like John Travolta gif of it like looking around. And then...
It's like- and actually, you see the statue just wave her hand, and it crumbles, and the skull clatters to the ground. And unless you guys are taking on this statue head on, which meta game I don't advise,
Just beat it.
well, we can kind of leave the strike rank combat situation.
Yeah.
And she's demanding more, Matthias tells you.
Vostor would have listened begrudgingly, but still listened and would have grabbed the priest and tossed him over towards the stone giant goddess.
The altar.
Yes. That would work better. You're right.
Okay. You see the blood just sort of like drain down out of the cow that's on the altar and the body, and it like drains into the floor, into these like small rivulets and up into the statue. And she says, more. I smell blood nearby. I smell cows. I am hungry.
Ugh.
Well,
Okay, let's bring in one more cow. And I'm going to go use my herding skills because I grew up on a farm to slowly ooze the other cows away so it can't hear, so the stone statue can't hear him anymore. And maybe we can still bring back some cows for
much?
the people.
how much blood is enough blood for an angry earthquake goddess?
Are you asking her?
I'm kind of saying that out loud to
Oh.
my friends.
Speaking of blood, I'm gonna use heal body and patch up the insides of the hanging out.
It might be good to sacrifice as many of these cows as we need to, so we don't have more cows get killed soon.
Ugh. Karistan, you speak wisdom.
Last time I saved you.
I will very quietly, as soon as the Orlanthe turns away, I will turn to Vostor, whom I have been griefing this whole time because he's like a cousin, and you grief your family. And I will lean over and said, "I heard you."
Thank you. Yes, it's okay. It's better this way. It's easier just to go along.
But if you tell anybody, I'll smack you.
Noted.
More. The
Okay.
chamber rumbles.
We'll bring her more cows.
How many are you bringing?
I'll-
There are about 54 creatures left, 54 cattle left.
well,
One
I
at
don't
a
imagine we can
time?
fit terrible amounts in here, so we'll just start bringing 2 at a time.
Okay.
Oh,
Are you how long will you continue this?
Until she stops.
she might not stop.
At what point will you consider hesitating, I guess? Like would you just sacrifice the
10
entire
cows
herd?
in. 10
Okay,
cows
10
in.
cows in, you're gonna be like, hold
Yes.
on a minute.
Yes.
Okay. She gladly accepts 10 cows and does not seem to be stopping anytime soon. So what do you do? What do you
Might
say?
be time to run.
S- reason with her, brother.
With a goddess?
We
Are
are
you-
all touched with divinity.
Hey, you're
Not that touched.
hey, you're a priest of the, or you're
That's
initiate
true.
of the seven mothers, the
Dealing
goddess of
with- dealing
reason
with
and logic and
gods.
science.
That's true.
And my reason, logic, and science is telling me to leave.
That is one approach.
And Matthias speak with the earth speak.
Yeah, I'll try to speak to her with the earth speak. Can I augment this with my passion for, well, I mean, I have devotion to Arnaldo. Are they close enough?
Yeah, do you know how passions work?
Kind of.
They're exactly like runes, except
Okay.
they're things that you believe in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
What
mean,
are your
like-
passions?
So I have devotion Arnalda. That's the only one that I think could be close, possibly. I don't know. They're both earth goddesses. If not, Earth Rune, I guess.
I think I would probably lean toward Rune because I don't think this goddess is necessarily
you
aligned
imagine-
with.
Can you imagine that logic though? Hi, I don't worship you. I worship someone else, and I think you should stop.
Okay.
He's doing this because
So,
of you.
although Arnalda is a goddess of like life and stuff too, right?
yeah, and she's the
So I suppose you could argue that like your passion for like wanting to spare the cattle, like get people home safely, and that kind of thing. I would
Preserve the
hear
life of
that
the
argument rather than like, oh, she's kind of like my goddess. Does that make sense?
You seem
Either
to
way, you're going to be rolling
formulate
the
a
same
compelling
thing.
argument. So I'm gonna
I'm
take that
I'm
one.
arguing for you.
That does augment. That's a success. So
And they-
first-
they might because one of the nice things about Glorantha is the ambiguity of it. They might be the same goddess, or they might be sisters, or they might be
Might be
an
related
avatar of
somehow.
her. And so, that ambiguity
Who's to
there.
say?
Who's to say? God
um,
should be mysterious, right?
so here's my earth speech. With augment, I need a 50. I need under 50. I got a 26.
Yay!
So I'm gonna kind of go like kneel down at the altar respectfully. I'm gonna clutch my earth stone that I have around my necklace. Stone Mother is what we got. What was the name?
That you heard the name Idrima,
Idrima, right?
or you didn't hear it. You read it in the
Right,
earth.
right. Idrima, we would like to humbly try to reason. What will sate your hunger? How many cows will it take to let us still be with some of these creatures?
I demand half.
Half seems reasonable. He'll look back and like shrug and nod to everybody.
Like,
I shrug.
Yes, we have 54 cows.
If-
We will-
If there are 10 good men in the city, will you spare the city?
we'll grant you 27 cows.
yes.
Very good.
Bring them to me. I hunger.
We will do it with
Verify that we've
haste.
already fed her the 11.
Bring the rest. 27 total. Let's go.
Okay. we'll
Chop
go
chop
and
people.
she's already had 11 cows, so we'll bring the rest.
I will invoke my beast.
Are you
with
trying to pull one
haste.
over on her?
No, she's had 11 cows.
Are
She
you
had
counting
the-
the one that the crazy guy sacrificed?
Yeah, because I was part of the herd of 50.
Let's do one more just in case. What's 28 to 27?
She'll shrug and just go along with her brother.
Yeah, 28,
Okay.
28 total cows, including the one the guy sacrificed.
Okay. You hear a deep sigh come from the statue as she kind of reassumes her previous position when you guys first came into the room. And she says, I always hunger. If you come back with more, I can give you power.
Dun dun dun.
Well, that's tempting. I will consider.
You said what?
We have like 26 more right there.
No!
I'm just saying.
We will consider, goddess. Thank you.
She nods.
Wait, I'm gonna
stony
grab
nod.
the 3 people bodies and offer those. Does this work?
I have little interest in human blood.
Same, really.
Pointing sister, that's good for us.
Oh, that's probably good for us.
Come back when you have more. Now leave me before I eat the rest.
We'll give you your privacy. I'm
So
gonna
polite, brother.
grab Asana and I'm gonna start dragging her out.
Okay. You guys round him up, herd him on out of there, and head on back to your clan, where you are received with moderate happiness. The people are happy to see at least some of the cattle returned. And oh, also as you are traveling back, Karistan and Matthias, you feel a peace as you pass back by the area where you buried that gray dog body. And you feel that the spirit has left the place and gone on to peace. Your people are happy that the gray dogs were also dealt with, and they will not have to worry about those kinslayers anymore. And you all celebrate with a big feast. The end.
Ta-da!
And then later we'll go and steal their cows.
And get
and
all
feed
the
them
power.
to the earth goddess.
That's
Give her a
100%
McDonald's worth of
what's
cows,
gonna
I
happen.
guess.
Oh yeah.
Good job, guys.
Yay! Did you all have fun?
That
Oh,
was
yeah.
so much fun.
Super
the
cool
system
system.
agreed with me strongly.
I agree. I have the GM's curse. I always roll because I'm always the one who runs the game, so I always roll like crap. So all of the BRP, Cthulhu, Pendragon, Runequest are all very agreeable to me.
Wonderful.
I hope you had fun being a player in our game. It was fun
Yes,
to
thank
play
you so
along.
much for joining us. You were not only lots of help, but also lots of fun.
Yes.
Agreed.
I love the
I'm
magic.
glad you like my duck.
Super cool.
Yes, if anyone plays King of Dragon Pass, it's a mobile game. Be friends with the decks. That's my number one tip. They're powerful allies. And one last chance to enter the giveaway before we draw 2 winners.
Ba-ba-da-ba!
Do
Yes.
it.
Can I tell you a quick story?
Absolutely,
Yes.
you can stall for our last minute entries.
So this is a story of the Red Goddess. You see, way back at the beginning of everything, the gods were at war, and they were fighting. And the moon, the blue moon, because in Glorantha the moon is not a big hunk of rock in the sky. The moon is a goddess, and the blue moon died and was shattered, and the pieces of her were cast down onto Glorantha. And the gods went, "Whoa, we can die." That's so the gods created time. and they separated themselves from time. So the gods are timeless. They can't change, but they're immortal. And by creating time, they also created humans who are creatures of time because they grow old and die and change. And in doing so, 7 heroes gathered up the pieces of the blue moon, and they performed a ritual and gave birth to a young woman who then went out on adventures and went out on hero quests and went into hell and failed, but was rescued by those who loved her and brought back to life. And eventually she went on a god quest and went into the sky as the Red Moon. And that's why the Red Moon is the only god who changes, because she's the only god who was born in time.
Whoa!
That's so cool.
That
That
is
is
so
really
cool.
Wow.
Dun
Dun,
dun.
dun, dun.
These are her runes. This is the life rune, and she has 2 moon runes because she controls the moon. And then this is the chaos rune, which is the rune of change, because she's a goddess of time.
I love this so much.
That is really cool. Thank you
Love
so
it.
much, John, for sharing your deep Glorantha knowledge. As you
Oh,
guys can see, this is a really cool system with a ton of lore behind it. Yeah,
All the
super cool.
Yeah, all the gods have stories like that. And then
Yes.
all of the heroes of all the gods have stories like that. It's a really rich world.
I think we have closed the giveaway, so let's go ahead and draw our winners of Runequest.
Yeah.
Luck to you all.
Oh, we got Edward.
Edwards
Hexter.
and Hexter. Congrats. Hopefully you guys are still watching. Let's see. We will get in. No, we need you guys to email us. How did we handle this last time? Suddenly I'm getting all confused.
I get their email address, and
That's right.
then we give it directly to the publishers, and the publisher gets them the
Yeah.
PDF.
Why do you let me be in charge of these kinds of things?
Well,
Listen to M. She knows. So we will get your email addresses and get those PDF copies over to you. So congrats again. Thank you guys all for playing. You were all lots of fun.
Thank you for
And,
inviting me.
Yeah, of course. We were super happy to have you. Just as a quick
Blast.
reminder, this was Runequest. You guys, if you didn't win, if you weren't one of the lucky winners, you can go over to chaosium.com right now and order yourself a copy. All of the physical books also come with free PDF copies, which is super nice. So that's really great.
Physical
And
fun.
you can catch us tomorrow night. We are streaming our first episode of Tabletop Treasure Hunters of the new year. So you can tune in for that. And then as usual, if you'd like to support our channel, obviously follows and subscribes help here on Twitch and YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You can also follow Chaosium. They are on all of those things too. They have their own streaming channel, so you should go check them out if you want more of RuneQuest and other awesome games. You can also shop with one of our affiliate partners, which the links are down in our support section below.
Can I
Something
plug?
like
Can I plug my YouTube channel?
Absolutely,
Hell
go for it.
yes. Sorry.
My YouTube channel is John Wick Presents. I just finished for the month of December the 31-day character challenge, where you make a character from a different game system for every day of December.
Oh, that's fun.
So 31 characters from 31 different role-playing games. You can go check that out.
That sounds
That's
very
so cool.
useful.
That's such a fun
It-
challenge. I love
It was
that.
a chore.
Yeah, I believe it. Yes, go check that out. Go give John a follow. And I think that about covers it. Unless did anyone else have anything else to add?
Just follow us tomorrow. Join us for a really special draft event for Tabletop Treasure Hunters here on this channel at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, which is 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are really excited for this. We're introducing new characters since we had character deaths, and we have all kinds of drama happening. So join us
Yes.
tomorrow for that
And you
crazy
get to see
adventure.
who's winning after all the chaos of last round.
Yes.
Yes, an extra special job draft.
Mhm.
Okay, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Now, go take a long rest, sacrifice plenty of cows to your gods, and we'll catch you next time.
Bye.